show.
Hey, yo! We finally made it. Sorry, we was
sure.
watching some TV.
Microphone. Okay. Sorry, she's testing the microphone, y'all.
Do you have it turned on? Yes.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Friday night feast. How is your Friday going? I hope, since like it looks like almost the whole country is going to have issues with weather this coming weekend, Monday and Tuesday. Have we prepared? What are you doing to prepare? And also share any tips. Like, I think almost everybody knows, like, when it comes to the pipes, you should like drip or have a steady stream of water. Do you have any different tips that you would have or that you know works for keeping your pipes in your house protected? Let us know below. Please comment and share with everyone. What?
We never did our intro.
Well, we're about to.
We just dove into everything.
I want to show something real cute because I see she's here.
I'm already here.
I got this adorable t-shirt, so I wanted to show it before I put my apron on. And shout out to 22Q Cat. She sent me this along with another shirt for my birthday. But look, y'all, isn't it adorable? It's the TARDIS. And it's front and back. It's on the back as well. But I wanted to show everyone. Thank you, 22Q Cat.
Thank you. That's
I
awesome.
love it. I wore it all day today. All right, let me get my apron on, and then he can do his intro.
Hey, yo. Welcome to the wonderful world of HungryHeath. I am not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I have studied under several television chefs, have a PhD from YouTube University, and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. One thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the sensational Shelly Eats Steak, a.k.a. The Warden. Together we host what you're watching right now, the Friday Night Feast.
Yeah.
And sorry, it seems like we're a little distracted or discombobulated. We were watching some TV, and we didn't realize that it had gotten so close. We usually have everything set up right before. So
yeah,
we're on a mad dash to get on. She's like, oh, we got to hurry. We only got 5 minutes. I was like, oops. So,
I thought you were going to preheat the oven.
I was waiting for direction from you because I asked you like 7 times and you never told me.
I said right before the so now it's good. 350, please. So we're going to preheat to 350.
Yes, chef.
And then you're going to grab the avocado oil while you're up.
Yes, chef.
How is everyone doing? So let's say hello to a few people.
Hello to a few people.
Now this avocado oil, actually, if you have Sam's, it's the cheapest I have found. I know I'm going to get some more next week. But Sam's has it, a 1 liter bottle for $9.94 here. So if you're looking for some good avocado oil, I do like that one.
Can you have that plate, please, right there?
Ooh. All right, we're going to say hello and then we'll get started. I see Carrie said he's firstest for the feast. Jam it out to the wonderful food. I'm still coffee free. I'll be putting in some cacao into my diet. It's not carnivore, but it will help my mental health. And of course, someone gave me some chocolate element and it was great. The cacao that I'll be getting is made like a hot chocolate, just like with cacao powder. Maybe on occasion, some dark chocolate at a bar. Awesome, Carrie. Way to go. So you see here, Heath is already emptying out all of our pecans, and he's just going to rough chop them in our little chopper.
Chopper.
That's the technical name. And 22 Kit Kat is here. She says, hi, Shelly, Heath, Carrie, and the whole wonderful horde. Hello. And then look, Hoofinet's here. Hey, Karen. She said, good evening, everyone. We are hunkered down for the Arctic blast. Sorry, let me plug this in. Hope everyone is great tonight. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're hunkered down. I assume all the animals are warm and safe.
Was it posted earlier? Like the whole country is going to get hit with
yeah. And then Caboodle Bry is here. Hey, Brian said, great evening, y'all. Hope everyone is staying warmish. Let the shenanigans commence.
I wonder if I pull it down here, if it'll be quieter.
Maybe. Let's see.
Not really.
What? Think that's enough? We don't want it like powder.
It won't let go.
Oh. Let's see what we got here, y'all. We don't want powder. We want chopped. Oh, shoot.
Is it powder?
Yeah, part of it's powder.
That's fine. It'll work.
It's like powdery.
It's gonna have to.
Yeah, now. You almost add butter for a second. You know, there's a little bit of a butter.
Ah.
Too long, but mix it with a spoon. Now we're stuck with it. Should have just been a quick. Anyhow, Caden's here. It says, hi, everybody. Hi, Shelly and Heath. Hey, Caden, welcome back. Rocky Mountain Girl is here. Hey, Cindy. She says, hey, y'all. Caden said, my day in order shopping with sisters, Costco, then grocery store. Husband's picked up sisters, hot bath, cozy pajamas, and now the Friday night feast. That sounds like so much fun. That is. Sorry. Are you gonna tell about our dish and then get that lathered up with avocado oil or what?
Well, I gotta clear it off before I can lather it. So I figure while I'm setting everything up, you can do the dictation. Tell them about
dictation.
it. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like quite the day, Caden. I was busy today too. And I see Air Fried Auntie Shauna is here. She goes, woohoo, Friday night feast. Hello, everyone. And Mama Bear Lynette said, good evening, everyone. And Carrie said he took a 3-hour nap at noon and now be going in Friday night to clean the church and go into Saturday morning for the food distribution. That's awesome, Carrie. Shauna said, wait for my coffee to be done. The maker is singing the sound.
Hilarious.
Rocky Mountain Girl said, it's so cold today, and this week it's going to be colder, sitting at -12 with the wind chill.
Wow.
Girl, come on down here.
Yeah, because I was noticing with Tuesday, when I looked earlier, it said it was going to be down to 17, but now it's warming up because it's only going to be down to 18.
Right. And they won't know until Tuesday after the fact, right? Rickman's here. Hey, Joe. She says, hey, Horde, happy Friday. Ready for some warmer weather.
Right.
This latest storm blew through so quick this time, but ground is still saturated. Oh, goodness. Carrie said, Wednesday will be a low for 18 and a high of 34. I dress the layers and have my electric blanket.
Wow.
I have the pipes covered, and also you need to open your cabinets to help with the pipes.
Yes.
That's a great idea, is opening the cabinets.
I forgot about that one.
Especially if your cabinets, like the one where our sink is, of course, is right on the other side. So we definitely
exterior wall.
I have a space heater. So what I plan to do is to plug in the space heater right in front of where the kitchen sink is, open the kitchen sink cabinet there, and just have that space heater pointed right there and have it going all night, just as an extra protection, right? Oh, thanks. Rocky Mountain Girl said, that's an awesome t-shirt. I concur. My Bear Lynette said, fill your bathtub with vodka. Oh, no, wait. That's... I mean, if it gets really bad, vodka would be a good idea, right, y'all? 20TQ Cat said, shirt looks wonderful on you. You're doing Doctor Who proud. Oh, thanks, 20TQ Cat. I was just so glad that it fit, and it, it's a nice fit. I think, it's not too small, not too big. It's like perfect. Sherry's here, and she said, greetings from 9 degrees in Leavenworth, Kansas.
Wow.
We just do the drip from the faucet and keep the cabinets open. Our right is -2. Oh, goodness. Well, please stay warm. What?
So what we're doing, we're going to cook everything on a sheet pan, and not just any sheet pan. This is actually a Christmas present from my mother. She sent us this.
It's a
Pampered Chef. Here's their logo. Now get in there.
Yeah. It's not sponsored.
Oh, we'd love to be sponsored by them.
Right?
But it's a sheet pan.
It's a stoneware.
Yeah.
And then
Am I
do you,
knocking over? Okay.
uh,
Am I what?
you want me to drizzle the olive oil
Yeah,
so you can
please.
then spread it?
Yes.
Because we never used it before. This is the first time we're going to use it. And then he's going to use that and brush it all over. All right. Yeah, I like that. Keep the cabinet doors open. Mary T is here. Hey, Mary
Mary.
T. She goes, yeah, hello, everyone. So glad to see y'all after an awful week at work. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm cozied up in my jammies at home in the negative 28 Celsius weather. Our house insulated and well prepped for winter. We are good. See, that's the one advantage. When you live somewhere where it typically gets really cold or below freezing a lot, like your houses are generally made for that.
Is this in the way?
A little bit, yeah.
I'll just put it right here then.
But down here, like in Houston, like our homes are built for heat. It's not built for cold. So when it gets cold, then our electrical system, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Our electrical system, all of that, none of it, nobody knows how to handle any of that. So fingers crossed, y'all.
And I always tell folks, people down here can't even drive in the sunshine. You throw a little rain and cold. Well,
Yeah.
No. They're asking for problems.
Another great thing about working from home is we won't be having to drive Monday or Tuesday when it's really cold. And then I see Rickwin said, my pipes are wrapped under the house. Oh, nice. I can remember setting the tap when it got cold. I'll leave the doors open for the warmth.
Yes.
Now, here's what I have a coworker who lives in Southwest Missouri. Now, she said that she found out that you can't, that it shouldn't just be a drip, because that's what I've done in years past. Yeah, you probably have to hold it. Is I've done drips and the pipe still froze. She said no, that she always heard you want it to be a steady stream, because then that's keeping the water flowing better and hopefully preventing the freeze. What do y'all think? Have you heard any different? So I'm going to try that, and hopefully that will help. And then a couple things we did. So earlier this year, I bought for the faucet, the outside faucet cover. It's the foam. Is it foam or styrofoam? Yes. And then it has like a little push or foam or
cover.
But it like it's trimmed in some kind of like cushion so that it goes flush against the wall. So I have that on the one faucet that's out in front, right? And then the other one over here, like our main, it also has our main water line and everything. That one sticks out, what'd you say, 12 inches from the house. And then what is different, why I couldn't use that cover, is because it comes out about 3 inches and then has a pipe that goes into the ground. So one from the house, one to the ground, and then another 6 or 7 inches out from that is then the faucet. So it was really hard to find a cover for that. I mean, we already have the like pool noodles around it and the tape and everything, but I was just like, I just want some more. So what we got is we found this, like, they called it like well covers. And it's kind of opened on one side in the bottom, which is what we needed so it could go flush against the house. And it's like really well, it's like as soon as we even opened it, I was like, wow, it's warm inside already. So it's very well insulated, and it had Velcro around where the openings are, so that then we could cinch it as close as possible. So hopefully that'll help. If anything, I just feel like it's double protection there. We put it on yesterday.
Yes.
And so far everything is staying well. The other thing we did is our water heater. Last year I got an actual fiberglass blanket for it. So that's been on there. That looks like it's doing really well. And then what just came in actually today was these self-regulated pipe warmers. So it's like you plug it in, right? And if it detects that the temperature gets below 37 degrees in the pipe, it will start warming. And so with that, it probably just half of that, don't you think? Are you going to do it all?
I was planning.
Okay. And so we wrapped it around because where our water heater is, it's got the two main, the
Hot and cold.
the hot and cold lines are exposed in the garage and they go up into the ceiling. And I was like, ooh, I remember last year it did, or whatever, it froze. So we got that to wrap that exposed, even though it's a PEX piping. Oh,
You don't like that?
well, it's just,
Uh-huh.
well, I guess it'll be fine.
Well, we can throw that aside when you do the rest of it another size.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm happy with that.
Okay, sure.
Because once it's all layered together and on your plate, it'll be fine.
Okay, sure. So I've got that all wrapped around there. So we did the hot and the cold,
Well, maybe we
And-
don't need this one then.
and that's all set up in there. And we'll just see how it happens. Now, I know a lot of people fill the bathtub because they said if you need water, but we actually have, from the big storm about 3 years ago, we have several gallon jugs. And so we've been keeping all of those. We always keep them filled anyways for like giving the dogs water, filling my CPAP, all those different things. So we're just going to make sure all of those are filled. And in fact,
Oh,
'Cause
perfect size.
I hate to waste. So when the water is, turned on, we're just going to put whatever empty gallon jugs underneath that water faucet so it can at least catch the water while it's going.
Makes sense.
And Sean is here. Hey, Sean said
Howdy,
hello,
howdy, howdy.
all. And Teresa's here. Hey, Teresa. So good evening, all. How are you?
Not with the onions, though. Do you want me to do them a little wider?
Maybe, yeah, a little bit.
That or a little more?
Is that the next one up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Well,
guess
no, that's all the way. No,
Oh,
that's all the
no.
way.
no.
That one then.
Well, slice it and let's see how it looks. Yeah, I think that's good, don't you?
A little more butter. Because I was thinking too, we
What is
could.
that? Like a tape or something.
Oh, you know what it is? Probably the sticker.
Yeah.
Well, here, tell you what. Put all of that in here, and then I'll do this one the same size.
Okay. Do you need to pull out the little thing in the middle, or are you good?
No, I'm good. See?
Oh, okay. All right. We'll just see how it goes.
Do you like that? Or you want thicker?
I
Because that one is that you just picked up and threw in there is what I was cutting for this.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
it wasn't full ones.
Correct. Because
Yeah.
when it goes falls.
Well, it shouldn't.
Okay.
There, that's better.
See?
Yeah. I like that.
Uh-huh. That's what I was saying.
Oh, well, I guess when you're slicing it, I don't know why it should do it as one strip.
It should, but it's not. So this is what we have.
Okay. Sometimes mandolin's not always the best tool, depending on what you're wanting to do. Okay.
So what's the next step? Since you don't like this.
All right. Well,
I
you
need
don't
your
have to
input.
get that too.
Well, I just need you to answer me.
I would just slice it
Okay.
personally.
Okay.
Because it's doing is just shredding it.
Okay.
But the onion works better.
Okay.
Probably because
It's all
see,
whole.
I would have liked it like that.
Okay, no problem. That's what we're going to use then.
All right. So what we're making tonight, y'all, we have
A mess, obviously.
a salmon. So we're gonna do pecan crusted salmon. And then we're also going to do our side are going to be the sweet potato, and we're kind of not exactly ratatouille, but it's basically layered vegetables. Yeah, that's all we're going to get out of that.
We can still take some of that and layer it in there
Yeah,
too, though.
we'll have to. But basically, we're going to layer here sweet potato. Let's see, onion.
By hand too.
No, that worked fine for the onion because it's more solid, and I think you have a firmer grip on it than with the red onion or red bell pepper. So we're gonna do red bell pepper, onion, sweet potato, tomato, jalapeno, of course. And then we'll just layer that on the dish, and then we're going to...
Is that enough?
Yeah, that should be more than enough. And then we're going to start layering that, and then we'll put that in the oven while we then work on the salmon.
Do you want to do the jalapenos by hand? Or do you want to do it on the mandolin?
I can do the jalapenos if you want to do the tomato.
Well, let me get a proper knife and proper cutting board for that then.
Okay. All right, let's do this. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of funny, in
Ah.
case you haven't noticed. I do not like doing wet things on a wooden board. And I find it best for tomatoes to use a serrated knife.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that one on the mandolin. You don't
That's
want
what
to?
I asked you, and you said on the board. So that's what I was asking.
No, I was saying you could do that one.
Okay.
Because that'd probably be easier for you, right?
Yes.
Or do you want me to slice it?
That's fine. Except I need that area right where you're at, the only problem.
Well, we're kind of running out of room.
No. Should I put this back in the fridge until then?
Well, it's just going to be a couple more minutes.
Right.
I mean, it's up to you. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Are they still feel a little frozen, or is it
No,
feel?
they don't at all.
Then yeah, put it in the fridge. Okay. And I see Patty is here. Hey, Patty, welcome back. She said, "Good evening, everyone." So that's the salmon we got at Kroger a while back when it was on sale for $5.99 a package. Carrie said Heath is going to pecan on us. And I see Keto Simple. Hey, Dustin said drop it in to say hello. How are you having a great night? Thank you.
Load some of this on his.
Oh, okay.
Then I can have the cutting board.
Okay, let's see. Where you want me to put what on what?
This whole board on that cutting board. Everything you
Okay.
just chopped, so I can have the cutting board, please.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason you wanted this for the tomatoes.
I was going to before I was going to use this.
All right. Well, you could still
Put
do-
this right in the middle of it. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, look. Okay. All right. Never mind.
Exactly.
Somebody's not wanting to.
Listen, I know.
I know, not because I would just do this.
I don't care about that.
You just said the reason you get this is because you don't like it to be wet.
Okay.
You don't care if it's wet now?
This is an old, or it's not fresh, so it's not firm.
Yeah. Mama Bear Lynette said, I injured myself about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, no, I'm
Uh-oh.
sorry.
I was trying to pin a patch onto a leather Letterman jacket and the glass pawl pin broke. Uh-oh. And I jammed it into my finger. Oh, no. Lots of blood everywhere.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Lynette. That sounds awful.
Now we have salsa.
Right? I hope you got it all fixed up. Oh, gosh. Radical Geek. Hey, Matreya.
Hey,
Say good evening, all you amazing people. Good evening, Matreya. Let's see. And my bear Lynette said, just before you went live, I finished watching Radical Geek's most recent cheese video. Ooh, that sounds good. Yummy, yummy. And my bear Lynette said, yes, there were several swear words that came out of my mouth.
I don't blame you.
Right. I'm sure I would have a choice few words. Oh, Shauna's drinking her coffee.
Uh-huh.
You'll have to let us know if it's a flavored coffee or what. Yes.
Asparagus now or later?
Later.
Okay.
Not the candy.
Okay. Not the candy.
Now and later.
Oh.
And then now he's going to start then layering things, right?
I'm going to try. And you want it this way?
Yes.
Can they even see this?
Not at all. Would it work better if we swung? Oh, that's loud. Ooh, did you hear that? Okay. Here, we'll move this over like this. Is that better?
Can they still not see
Now
it?
you can see it. All right. So I would guesstimate.
You would show me, yes.
Okay.
We're going to do it the warden's way.
Huh?
And we're going to do it the warden's way.
Oh, we're doing it my way.
Yes.
So I would start with the sweet potato there, and then we're just going to grab, ooh, that's really big. Well, I didn't know how big the sweet potato would be. These were skinny sweet potatoes. Okay, let's do that, and then put, here, let's do some, there we go, and then do
Tomato?
jalapeno and tomato. Yeah, whichever.
What's that?
That's the trash pile. Okay. Tomato. Okay. All right.
And then?
Another tomato. All right. And then we'll just repeat. Do like that. I feel like it needs like that. Maybe that'd be better. Y'all can, let me unclick on this, and then y'all can kind of see a little bit better. Yeah. Sort of small. There. Okay. And maybe we just move it up a little like that. Would that be a little better?
A little more better.
All right. And yeah, maybe we just do half of these. What do you think? Like
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then?
Just keep repeating.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. And I put some over here too. All right. So I see Keto in the Mist said, good evening, all. Had salmon with pesto last night at a restaurant. It was tasty, but not sure what oil it was cooked in. I always assume when you're at a restaurant, I just assume it's the crappy oils. But you know what? You had salmon, and so that is amazing. That's a great choice to have. And with the pesto, I bet that was absolutely delicious. El Strange is here. Hey, Lisa said, howdy, my friends. I guess I'll have to actually turn on my heater. Winter is here deep in the heart of Texas. Yes, ma'am, right? It was nice having like that perfect weather where you didn't need the heater. Like basically the whole month of December, we didn't have to turn on the AC or the heater.
Right?
It was really nice. The bill was amazing. So now gonna warm it up over the next few days.
And she was talking about those faucet covers and the water heater wrap. I took pictures and video of that, and I'll be out on Sunday.
Oh,
With the my MS Journey.
nice. My Bear Lynch said she went to Walmart 2 days ago to purchase 2 additional space heaters. At the time, there were a lot in the store. Nice. Well, I went today to Aldi, well, and also Kroger and H-E-B. And Aldi still had their space heaters for $14.99. It says it does a 10 by 10 room. So that was, I did get one earlier this week, and I know some people are probably going, but no, Spin Shelly.
Necessity. It's a heater.
The only reason I got it is because the current space heater, which I've had for, what did we say, like 4 years?
Yeah.
4
It
years.
was a hand-me-down. What do you call it? Not a hand-me-down. What's
An heirloom?
heirloom? Yeah, it was my dad's old one.
Yeah, so when his dad passed away 4 years ago, this was the space
We
heater.
inherited it. That's the
Yeah, that. This was the space heater he had, so I was like, well, I'll take it. And I had to clean it because he was a smoker, sadly. So cleaned it all up. So who knows how old that space heater was? I mean, I got 4 years off of it, so I think that's
and I don't know how old it was when he had it.
Right. So
Because I don't even know if it was brand new when he got it.
right. And so I thought, well, that probably had a pretty good life. And so sorry, y'all. So
for some reason, her phone is louder now. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
Do some more? Until we run out of room?
Well, what do you think? I think that
we need to do some of those other stuff, so might as well.
But then you're going to have the 2 pieces of salmon and then the asparagus. I think that's probably layer up this last bit here.
Okay.
Just layer it through there. And I think that'll be fine.
All right.
I mean, we can always, like you said, we're probably going to make this again tomorrow night.
Right.
So we can just put all this in a container and have it tomorrow night.
True.
Except for the tomato.
Right.
And do you want another onion?
Yeah. Throw that on top. Since I missed it.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's what I was saying. Now it gives us salsa.
And then put top with the tomato.
And then another jalapeno.
Okay. Sure.
Because we're us.
And then, and then we'll do the avocado oil. Drizzle that on there. And then he's going to put that in the oven. And then we'll clean all this up, y'all. All right. And this is some of the winter spice that some of you have already got to try. I hope you love it. And then you want to drizzle the olive oil up and down?
Oh, yeah.
Or avocado oil, sorry. But yeah, so Aldi did have plenty of their space heater still there. Carrie said those papered chef pans are cool, right? Nice. Perfect. Okay, and so here's just that winter spice. Let me know if you have tried it and what did you think? I mean, I'm open if you're like, Shelly, that was the worst spice ever. I'm okay with that.
We need feedback so we'll know whether we need to replicate it or
is this something we should add to our repertoire? Okay. And he's going to put that in the 350-degree oven.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you'll get the stuff clean up.
Yeah.
I don't know where your gloves are.
I don't either. That's what I was saying.
All right.
And the reason why we're doing this now is because it takes these a little bit longer.
Yeah. I want to make sure those are nice and roasted. But yeah, those peppered chef pans, that was such a nice gift. Thanks again.
And then how long now?
Just let it go until we're ready with the salmon.
Okay. Hold on. I got one more
Kate said, I love pecan crusted anything. Me too. I love pecans, y'all. It is like my favorite thing. And then pecans on any type of fish, to me, I used to get the almond crusted fish at Luby's. Let me know if you've had that before.
No.
I used to love that, even though I always felt like the fish was never a big enough piece. L Strange said, Max has flu A and feeling rotten. Cross your fingers. I don't get it. Oh, no. Well, Max, I hope you get better. Why is it called flu A? Is there different flus? Like, I'm always oblivious to all.
I thought it was just the flu. I didn't know there's separate strains.
What makes it
Educate us,
different?
please.
Queen TQ Cat said the horde is hopping tonight. Just started less than 15 minutes ago. And look at all of us motor mouths. Thank you. I love it. I love when y'all are chit chatty and everybody's just socializing, getting together. To me, that's the best. L. Strange said, luckily school is off for MLK Day. School is good about closing for bad roads. Oh, good. Okay. And
Do you want a piece of parchment on this first or no? Do you even care? Because all we're doing is seasoning on this.
Right. I
Make
guess
it easier
not.
cleanup. This
Oh,
just hose
okay.
it off.
Sure. Or a piece of aluminum foil.
Okay.
Since we have that huge amount, right? Why
Right.
not?
That's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, do we even need the tray then, or how about just the foil?
No. We can just use the foil.
Okay.
And who all is off on Monday for MLK Day? Working for a bank. Guess what? I'm off.
Here. Remember we took a partial piece.
It's like, what in the world has happened in here?
It got tangled up because we cut part of it off and then wrapped it back up. That's why we're fighting it. We booby trapped ourselves. Remember?
Yeah. You think? No, probably not.
Cool.
Huh?
Yeah, just keep pulling.
That should do it.
Like I said, we were running late. That's why it looks all embarrassing now.
It's not embarrassing. I think it'll be fine.
We usually have our stuff together a little more. Or at least I do.
We try. All right. Here, I'll let you open all this.
I had the skizzers right here.
All right. I'm going to put this here. Yeah. Now, you see it's a big package, but we're only going to pull 2 of the fillets out. Now, again, we got this at Kroger back when it was on sale for $5.99. It is, oops. Oh, no. Oops.
What?
I pushed a button and it like, I don't know what it did. Oh, there it is. I thought it like closed everything out. Okay. So this one has 4 fillets in it. So we're going to use 2 fillets tonight. And then we'll have 2 tomorrow night. And I'll let Heath pick and decide which 2 fillets.
Those 2 you grab right now.
Well, I can't grab them.
Those are the 2 I want.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm in the middle of doing other things.
All right. Well, I need the scissors again.
Of course you do. Why did you do that, Heath?
Carrie said he was donating platelets, and someone else said that where they can't drive in the sunshine here, Beaumont drivers are just special, and everyone wants to go faster than the speed limit. I think that's Houston in general. People don't know how to drive. And then, let me see. I'll wait when my husband's done so he get me the tongs. Thank you. All right, let's see if I can.
Well, I was going to start putting these vegetables, and I remembered we have these divided plates to make more sense instead of putting them all in one thing together.
Yeah.
You mean to cut that too?
Yeah. Do you want me to use those scissors or the other ones?
The other ones. These are good scissors.
And I don't know if y'all have heard this before, how you could sharpen scissors.
Sorry. I'm trying not to stab you.
Is you can actually cut aluminum foil, and that's how you sharpen your scissors. All right. So let's see here. They somewhat cut it, but they don't all the way cut it, y'all. It's the only thing about the wild salmon from Kroger. And then I'm going to put this back in here. I wonder if we could put this in the suction thing and it'll suction it again.
We could try. In the meantime, I'll put it in the fridge, though.
Yeah. Well, it's just there's a lot of liquid in there. I
Oh.
just didn't want it to spill.
Well, after we're done, we just wrap it up in that foil.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to move the pieces here like this. So they're approximately 6 ounces of fillets.
Wow. We only need 1 potato.
Uh-huh. right, and I see Rickwood said you would think that they would insulate the homes in Texas for cold as well as heat. The
You would think.
insulation would keep the cold out as well as the heat.
You would think.
Yeah, like our houses are insulated, right? I mean, ours isn't really, because that's a long story. But anyways, that's one of my goals is in mid to late April. I really want to redo the insulation in our home and get that all completed. But it's just the pipes are basically not really made for it, because I guess they were just like, well, you don't need, these super insulated type of pipes, right? Okay, so I'm doing roughly a tablespoon of stone ground mustard, or I just don't do French's, but some kind of like coarse ground mustard. And then I'm going to do a couple teaspoons of your maple syrup replacement. What's wrong, dear?
It doesn't fit. So I'm getting unhappy. No, I want you to keep talking so I can fix this. Please.
I mean, it's almost on there. It's just the one corner.
I understand that.
Okay. And then this is our seafood seasoning, y'all. So I'm just going to add a teaspoon of this seafood seasoning. Sorry, let me try to move some of this so y'all can see what I'm doing.
That's what I was trying to get all this done too, so we can get all this cleared out of the way.
All right. And then I'm just going to go in here, and in fact, I'm going to use my brush and mix it all together. All right. Should be a nice paste, right? Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, kind of sweet and savory. And let's see here. Rickwood said, not a fast flow, but beyond a drip. More like just enough water to have a stream. Yeah, that's what she was basically saying. Like not full on, but you want it, because like when they say drip, I'm like, okay, I don't want to waste a lot of water. So I'm just watching drip, like where I can count the drip. And she's like, no, you want a steady flow. Like it's a nice stream going, but not a full on stream. So, and maybe that's considered a drip by some people. I don't know. Hoofinit said, we leave our faucets running a steady stream. We've made the drip mistake. Thank you, Karen. See, and that's what they tell you on like our HOA here. I guess they're really trying to earn their increase this year. They sent us a letter, an email yesterday or whatever saying, hey, how to prepare, and that's what they say, a drip.
And that's what the news says too.
Yeah, and the news said, oh, you want to make a drip? And I'm like, I think you really want more than a drip. Or maybe it depends on your pipes or whatever. So I'm just putting this nice little paste on, right? Just brushing it on here. Oh, I'm so excited about this, y'all. I love mustard. Let me know, are you a mustard or mayo person? I've always much preferred mustard over mayo. Maybe that's my French ancestry there.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I've
just always loved the flavor of or do you just want to put it in a
baggie?
A baggie?
Yeah, might as well.
Or drain the juice off and then put it in the baggie? I don't know.
I'll just put it in the baggie.
Okay.
In fact, I think I have an extra one right here.
Because I just love the flavor of mustard and all mustards. Like I'm not bougie when it comes to mustard. Any mustard will do.
Well, I thought I did.
All right. Get the last bit of that on here. There we go. Used all that up. I'm going to put that right here. All right. Now.
Oh, we forgot though. Hold on.
Oh?
You bought this special today for this.
Oh, shoot. Well, we'll add it when we do the asparagus.
Yeah.
So we're also having asparagus, y'all. Okay.
So what I was just talking about, I don't know if I made it on camera for you. She found this today
at the Kroger's.
And it was reduced. and they're already pre-sliced. He's like, well, if we just add that in, less than $1.
Mm-hmm. And then
Budget friendly.
plus, I always look. So I got it lower than $1 because I always look on the app first, and anything that I think I might remotely get, I just go ahead and clip it. Well, turns out I had a 70 cents off of the any of their mushrooms, the Kroger brand mushrooms. So I got that. Don't powder your pecans. These are a little too powdery.
You want to start over and use the walnuts?
I mean, I'm already spreading it on.
Okay. I'm sorry. I got a little aggressive. That's because I felt like I was rushed because we were running late. I don't know, overcome.
Right.
Well, now it's not going to be the way you want it, though.
Well, I just like crunchiness.
That's what I'm saying.
It's more like a butter.
A paste. See, like I feel like I messed this up.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Fridge, correct?
Yes. All right. And oops. At least it's just us eating it, right?
Yeah. Luckily now. There's my little mishaps. Ooh, this looks amazing. But you know what? Now, the salmon bag can be a spoon rest.
Right. All right.
Oh, fish spatula to transfer the.
Yeah. So we'll probably do better tomorrow night, y'all.
That's what happens when I'm watching TV instead of prepping for this.
Okay. And then, yeah, whenever we pull that out of the oven, then I could do this. And then, oh, well, let's go ahead. Before we pull that real quick, let me have the asparagus so we can get that going. 22Q Cat says, I've always heard you need to have a slight stream of water going to prevent pipes from freezing. That's what's always worked in Indiana. And it gets pretty cold here at times. That's good to know. What do you think? How many?
That looks good.
This amount?
Yeah. And then half for me, half for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got these at Aldi today, y'all. It was the cheapest price going for asparagus. It was like $3.40 a pound. And so this bunch was $3.87. And then all I do to cut the asparagus wherever it snaps.
Oh, I thought you were going to cut it. That's fine.
I always do where it snaps.
Now,
let me know what y'all do.
Are you going to do like you said last time and save them? The stems.
I can. Yeah.
Soup.
And then we'll just
then we just put them on this plate.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
What? Oh, you this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't reach over there.
You did perfect.
I'll just put it there then. All right. Mary T said, we do fine. We are used to winter in the mountains, but it was chaos in the coast, Vancouver today. Icy streets and those who can't drive in it makes for bedlam, right?
That's in your way.
I bet it is crazy. El Strange said, hey, Joe, how's your weather? Oh, okay. She's talking to her. And then El Strange said, I usually do a yarn size stream in my faucets.
Yarn. That's a good way to.
That's a great visual.
So how thick is your yarn, though?
Visualization. Thank you.
You're not going to be that guy.
Right. Rickwood says, also, you have your dark curtains and they will help keep the cold air from the windows. I grew up in a house that didn't have insulation on the second floor. It was so cold, the bedroom in the winter. Oh, I bet. All right. So then he next, when he feels like it, is going to get up and you're going to also get me salt. And then he's going to bring that out of the oven, put it on there so we can load these up and put the asparagus and all of that on here. Ooh, look at all these mushrooms, y'all. Probably won't use all of them. Salt. All right. And Radical Geek said, yeah, all of our grills are secured down, indoor pipe insulated, windows sealed up. Whee! Way to go. Yeah, I think
Oh, those are already looking amazing.
another project we want to take on eventually is making sure all of our windows are sealed. Do you like that? Awesome.
Ooh, that's hot.
I bet. All right, y'all. This. And yeah, I think, like,
Like so? Okay.
what do you think?
Yeah.
That?
That's good to me, boss.
Whoops.
And then I figure we'll pick up the foil and shake off the residue onto it.
Yeah.
Are you done with the bowl?
Yes. All right.
I'm gonna do a steady stream into it.
No, goodness. Okay, now we're going to take the asparagus. We're just going to kind of do that like here, and then he's going to get the avocado oil again and kind of drizzle that, especially over the tips of the asparagus, or do you want me to?
Here you go, boss.
Oh, okay.
Give it here.
He always puts the Hulk smash on everything.
I finger tight. That's it.
Your tight and my tight are two different tights. Whoops. There we
Okay,
go.
you done with this?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I was going to do that. Oh, for sure. Look, now that for sure is our spoon rest.
Oh, okay. You want to get the rest of it off of there?
I thought it did.
Yeah. I would say there's still a lot.
Yes, chef.
All right. Let's do that. And then, yeah. And if you want, you can even put...
Yeah, perfect. Or over the asparagus.
Oh, okay.
Did you already put that other seasoning on it?
I put the seafood on
Okay.
that, but
Okay.
what do you want for the asparagus? Let me actually... Y'all can't see, so let me show y'all in just a second. Let me move all of this closer.
I don't know where it's at, though.
What are you looking for?
A seasoning rub, that one blend. It's in a
Okay.
square container.
Okay, now y'all can
You
see.
remember what I'm talking about?
Uh-uh.
It looks like a container like this. It's plastic. Has a plastic lid. It looks like this. Oblong, blue and red.
Hmm.
We did it when we did a seafood seasoning.
I had the seafood over
I understand
here.
that. This is generic. This is a company, a production one.
Oh, no idea.
As soon as this is over, first thing we're going to find.
So I'm just gonna put some mushrooms down here. We meant to put it with the other stuff, but you know how that is. All right.
Lemon pepper.
Oh, that'd be good. All right. And just there you go. Yeah, perfect.
We boiled shrimp before and used that seasoning.
Oh, you're talking about the Old Bay.
Old Bay, that's what it is. I
Uh-huh.
figured because they're quick and easy, it's already done right here, but now I can't find it, so it's
Yeah.
not quick and easy. And like I said,
There you go.
I'll run across it like 300 times now that I.
We're gonna put
Can't
this
find
in for 15 more minutes, y'all. And then what I need to do is bring up. Do we still want the holiday sauce, or do you just want butter?
Butter.
Okay.
This is too much.
Okay, that'll work. Doing better. All right. Looks good though. I think
want
so
to
far.
show them, but I'm also afraid of dropping it.
Yeah, let's not drop. Renee, I'm sorry. Shauna said, HungryHeath, she wants it pretty. Laugh out loud. Ooh, doesn't that look good? I'm excited. I mean, what a nice, like, sheet pan dinner, right?
Bottom shelf all the way to the back.
Yes. 15 minutes.
How long?
15.
Yes, Chef.
Anybody else want to know how long? L Strange
I'm
said,
sorry, I'm deaf.
huh?
Exactly.
My oldest son is about to run out and wrap our outside faucets. We have the foam cover for one and an old towel and duct tape for the other. Oh, well, that's good. Well, I'm glad he's going to take care of that for you. Now, if you're looking for the foam covers, of course, I don't know at this point, but where I got mine was Walmart was the cheapest place, and they were like $2.47 each one. So that's why I was like, well, that's really cheap. But of course, you know, now with it being a cold front, they've probably gone up. Oh, perfect. And just Jason Keto and More is here. Hey, Jason, how are you doing?
Is it just Jason or the more?
Just Jason Keto
I understand
and
that.
More.
I was trying to be funny.
Oh, Carrie said he could hear Heath music with the mandolin. Oh, awesome.
Wow.
And then Lisa said, I just used my mandolin on fennel. It was so good. Ooh, that sounds really good. I love fennel. Radical Geek said, Dyson doesn't get to refuse. Under 5 pounds, he just gets carried out. Right, with the dogs. Gigi's here. Hey, Gigi. She said, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Everybody talking back and forth.
All right, now.
Shauna said, just tried a new flavor of salty Mondo melon. A thumbs up from me. Oh, I think you really like the melon one. What?
Yes. I told you I had an extra one. Guess what I just found?
Yeah, the Mondo melon, I think Heath really liked.
Yes.
Matreya said, nice. I did like the melon. He's a melon person. Shauna said, coffee is from Boca Java. It's the double dark chocolate. Ooh, that sounds so delightful. Carrie said, Shelly had a Gouda pun with the now and later.
Right.
And Matreya said she could see. Oh, good. Matreya said, too fancy for this geek. Would it work if I just threw it on the pan and spread it out? Oh, well, yeah, you know, I'm just being fancy. I just wanted it
as bougie as we are.
I just wanted to look pretty, right?
What's the term I heard the other day? We're redneck bougie.
But yeah, you could do that. Has anybody ever made ratatouille? Like I thought that. I was like,
movie.
You did? I don't know if I saw maybe bits of it.
Because
but
as soon as she said it, that's what I thought of.
Right. But I was like,
Juvenile
ooh, that would
line.
be like a good one. Like I can imagine have a ratatouille with like lamb. I think that would be good meat to go with it.
So
I don't know.
lamb.
What do y'all think? Shauna said, kind of busy. I've been doing a major reorganization and then packed my car for a day of scrapbooking tomorrow. Oh, how fun. Also made some amazing air fried crispy chicken thighs. Those looked really good. Brenda F is here.
Howdy,
hey,
howdy,
Brenda,
howdy.
how are you doing? Matreya said, those chicken thighs looked amazing, Shauna. And Rocky Mountain Girl said, I finally got a Dutch Bros.
Nice.
Yes. What did you get, Cindy? Please share.
That's what I'm having right now.
Right.
This is who is it?
Who is it?
Yeah, who got it first?
Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh, I forgot to record. Well, your
So
mother.
You have to go again tomorrow.
Your mother, thank you all so much.
Yes.
So far, Matreya, Shauna, and your mother all sent me coffee money.
Yes.
That is amazing. So thank you all. So I guess today is all 3 of them because I'm like, well, I'm stacked now with coffee money.
I'll go again tomorrow and then we can thank them all again.
Oh, you're going to go?
Sure. I'll go. Oh, yeah, tomorrow evening. I forgot about tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow's Saturday. All right. Well, we got to get them up to date on that once we get in.
Yeah. Radical Geek said, this week the fam requested meatzania and chili, so I may film the chili and our Instacart keto recipes any good. Laugh out loud. Also going to make a batch of pumpkin sausage soup
Nice.
to portion and freeze. Ooh, that sounds really good. I think we're making chili on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that when you said you were going to make it? Sunday or Monday?
I don't know. Well, that's what I was trying to ask you. You just bought that hamburger meat today.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to leave this in the fridge until then, or do you want to
Yeah.
freeze it?
Well, today's Friday. 2
Okay.
days is
All
fine.
right, I'm just making sure.
It was a discount like Mama Bear Lynette got, but I did get it on sale. So Kroger has their 3-pound chubs of beef for $8.97. Plus, they have in the app a $1.25 coupon. So I got it for $7.72 for 3 pounds. So pretty good price still. And then the other thing, and Mama Bear Lynette, I hope you have this as well. Kroger has now cash back options. And so their current special is if you spend $20 a week for the next 3 weeks, so this week, next week, and the following week, then they'll load $6 on your cash back. So make sure you have that clipped as well so you get that extra $6. Because, like, I know Lynette's going to be spending $20 a week at Kroger for the next 3 weeks. Right. So I made sure today I did spend $26 at Kroger because they also had their butter for $2.99 a pound. So I got several of those. And so, yeah, I got my $20 this week. So I just have to do that the next 2 weeks and then I'll get $6 back. Carrie said, Monday I have a CAT scan and ultrasound, which the VA is helping me with. Too bad I don't have any felines to take with me for the CAT scan.
Right.
Well, that's okay because it's a CAT scan, so they have the felines.
What was that one movie? I'm trying to remember. Necessary Roughness. He goes, they scanned my cat.
Rickwood said, I thought you were going to layer the salmon on top of the veggies.
Oh, we could have done that too.
Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, good idea.
See, that's what I'm saying. They always fix our recipes. Thank you.
He says fix. I think have alternate ways of doing. There's so many ways to do a recipe.
Better than good is an alternate. Correct. That's me. In my mind, it's a fix.
Radical Geek said, tried the winter spice and ran out already.
Wow.
I like it on top of warm keto chow. Ooh, that sounds good.
Nice.
I have put it on top of my coffee too. Mary T said, I threw frozen chicken breast, onions, Dijon, and cream cheese in the Instant Pot.
Oh.
Going to make a Dijon cream sauce when it's done.
Oh.
Ooh, that
That's
sounds
a good idea.
really good. Wow. Yum, yum, yum. Let's see. Mom Bear Lynette said, I liked it in my coffee. Yay, thank you. She said, I bet your holiday spice would be really good in a vanilla cream keto chow. Ooh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Shauna said, nope, we don't have holidays off. If it falls on our shift, we get time and a half though.
Right.
That's nice.
That was me the other day. Remember when I had to work?
But do you get it for MLK Day? Because a lot of companies don't consider that like an extra paid holiday.
I don't remember. I have to look at my schedule for that.
I have it off, but I work for a bank, so woo-hoo.
I got an extra pay for what was the last one here?
That was New Year's Day.
Yeah.
But then you took off, so it kind of equals out.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's nice. I do get Monday off, so I'm excited about that. So at least that's a nice 3-day weekend, right? Shauna said, what is that packaged in? Oh, individual wrap. It's sort of individual. So what it is, they have the outside package just saying what it is. And it says on there individual wrap. So I was thinking it was going to be like the 4 or 5 fillets individually wrapped. But no, it's the whole fillet, then vacuum sealed, but then they're almost like it's cut down to where the skin is.
You know what we need to do next time we buy it?
Huh.
We talked about it before, we just didn't follow through. Go ahead and pull it apart and vacuum seal each one. Or in twin packs.
Yeah. Oh. That would have been good. Oh, Maitreya has to work Monday.
I
do. Don't burst my bubble. Says, happy Friday, Horde. Driving home. Sorry if I don't type, but hi, you, and yeah, you too.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome, Renee.
When I get up in a minute, I'm going to put all this stuff back in the fridge.
Okay.
We don't need it out anymore, right?
No. Radical Geek said, it does look like you could vacuum seal it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we could have vacuum sealed it. We're going to have it tomorrow night, so it should be fine. And tomorrow night, we're going to do it with the walnuts.
Yes. Because that's all of our pecans.
Carrie said, we need a stream, not a river for my pun,
You know what
right?
you do? I'm gonna save that little blend we just made.
Uh-huh.
Or make one of the pecan sticky buns, Ketochows, and mix it in with do a mix in with that.
Yeah, that'd be good. Rickwood said, it depends on when your house was built as to what the builders use for pipes and infrastructure. Usually the cheapest stuff. So there's always room for improvement. Well, ain't that the truth?
And
The house is as old as heat.
it's older than me.
I knew it was the same year.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, it's what 77.
Oh, is it 77?
That's what you told me.
I thought it, oh, okay.
I was born in 76, so.
So you're older
Yeah,
by here.
by
I got
you.
a piece of hair right here. No, in my hand.
Oh, I thought you said I had a piece of hair.
Okay, so it's in between us.
It's
It's
old.
older than me, but younger than he.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. But we have had.
It's over 40 years. Let's put it that way.
I have had. What would you say? Most of the pipes replaced.
Yes.
Like I'm trying to think what
All
pipes.
the overhead. You haven't done any of the up and down.
Okay. Well, some of them, because I thought in the shower room he
Yeah.
replaced those.
Yes, that's true.
So we've got most of the overhead all replaced. But that didn't help. Last year, it's still one of them bursted at the corner. But hopefully this year, please, everybody, please,
Fingers crossed.
prayers, vibes, mojo, spells, whatever you want to throw at us, please keep all of the pipes in good working order. No burst this
Did you say
year.
1:30 or 7:30?
It says 3:31.
Okay, see.
But yeah, anything you could do, please, please, please. So hopefully this year it'll be fine. I mean, it was replaced with the PEX, but the PEX can't do joints. So
Right.
the joints are still the metal joints. And that's what happened. I think it was last year where it burst at the joint.
Yeah.
And just so, man.
Fickle.
Yeah. So we've got everything. So we're just going to try.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully, right? In the ones in the garage, like where the joints were, the metal parts, I like double wrap that self-regulating wire thing. I did like it said in the book to do, but I was just like, okay, we got to make sure those stay warm right there.
And I want you to send me a link to that later, because I'm going to put it in the show notes on my MS Journey.
Oh, okay.
In case anybody else wants it as well.
Right. And
On
then
both items.
another thing I heard is that they say at least, or this is what my coworker said. She said a day or two before it's supposed to really get like a freeze, that she ups the heater to at least 74. She said, or you can make it even hotter. And she goes, then that way all of the heat that is going into the attic as well and keeping all of those pipes up there very warm since heat rises. And then she goes, and then that way if the power does go off, hopefully the house will stay warm longer than if you, like we haven't had our heater at all until it drops below like 58, then the heater comes on. So in this case, if we can keep it on like 74, 75 over the next couple of days, yeah, we're going to be very warm in the house, but maybe then.
I'd rather deal with that. Than
Right.
deal with the leaks.
Exactly. So what do y'all think? Maitreya said yes to mustard. Thank you. And then Radical Geek, I read her name. Renee said house built in 1950, but new plumbing. See,
Oh,
that
nice.
works. You want to have the newer plumbing. It really does help. Shauna says, I like both. Yeah. Rickwood said, I'm a horseradish person. I do love horseradish too.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, we did, because we have 3 different types of mustards that were in our pantry. So we had this one, the stone ground. We also had one with horseradish. And then the other one is a walnut mustard from France.
We might as well use that one tomorrow night for good. Dusted walnut, or is that a little overdoing it? This one's
Well,
already open.
This one's already open.
Yeah.
So we went with this because we were like, oh, I don't know. The horseradish might overpower the salmon to spread it all over it. So, but I do love horseradish, especially with prime rib. Oh, so good.
I'm thinking about doing that on Tuesday also.
Mama Bear Lynette said, time for me to start putting my kiddo to bed. I'll
Good
watch
night,
the rest
Jessie.
this morning, tomorrow morning, I'll replay. Have a good evening. Good night,
Bye.
Mama Bear Lynette, and good morning. 22Q Cat mayo person, especially now that I just make my own.
Right.
Yum. Yes. Homemade mayo beats store-bought. Like
every day.
Yes, it is so good. I absolutely love homemade mayo. Oh my goodness. The homemade and then doing it either the butter mayo or the avocado mayo. Oh, it's so delicious. That mayo we made last Friday, I just finished the rest of that mayo off today of the sun-dried tomato. Oh, that stuff was so good. Like every time I just wanted to just eat it by the spoonful. And what's great about doing it yourself is you can really customize to the flavors you want. So if you want it, you're like, you know what, this week I feel like a chipotle mayo. Guess what? You can just make it. Okay, so the salmon should be at 145. It probably is.
It's outside. The good one.
Okay.
I'll
I mean,
go
it
get
looks
it.
like it.
I'll go get it.
Okay. It looks like it probably is. Ooh, oh, we don't have any more parm, do we? Oh, well.
No, well, we have that one block of cheese from Aunt Mary. I don't remember what that is.
That's cheddar. We only have the cheddar left. It would have been really good on this asparagus. I think the salmon looks like it's probably done. We're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes, y'all. And then we'll be ready to serve it up.
But you know what, though? They said you're not supposed to mix cheese and fish.
No. I was going to sprinkle Parmesan on the
the cheddar will work on that
asparagus.
too. The cheddar will work too.
Yeah. Do you want to get the butter out? Oh,
yes.
yeah. These are done. Probably a little overdone. But that's okay. All right. Let's see. Who else? Mary T said 2 different condiments. Some things need mustard, like sausage. Ooh, yeah. And some things need mayo, like tuna. Ooh, yeah. Tuna.
Put it on it.
Oh, okay. And we're just going to let this rest for 5 minutes, and then you'll turn the oven off.
One thing at a time.
I know. I'm just letting you know. Thank you, dear. All right. Put some butter here.
Knifey.
Well, I can just use this, I guess.
Well, I'll just reach over here and grab you one.
Oh, okay.
Or never mind. All right.
Well, I'm sorry. There. I mean, can you ever go too much butter? I mean, is that possible? Here you go, baby. In case you want more butter. I think that's good, though. Do you?
I do now.
Oh, well, I mean, you could say if you don't. All right. Let's see. But yeah, mayo definitely. This is what I'll say. Before keto, I was kind of opposed to mayo because I always thought it tasted weird. And I think that's because I always had store-bought mayo and I just never cared for it. And then what is it you liked? It wasn't mayo. What was it?
The Miracle Whip. No. What was that? It wasn't Miracle Whip.
Spread. What was it? Sandwich spread?
Yes.
Anyways. And he was like, oh, this is so much better. And I was like, well, no. So I just never cared for
Main
mayo.
ingredient, canola oil.
And I never knew how to really make it before then. I just didn't try. But now that I can make my own mayo, it's just so much better. And then, so I always use just mustard as my condiment of choice. And I've never been a huge ketchup person either. Lisa said, lately I've been loving Dijon mustard. Works so good on everything. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Renee said, mustard, Shelly.
Oh, right. We weren't going to say nothing, but since you brought it up.
Right? Yeah, Renee loves mustard. Only Whataburger mustard. So if you're ever like, what What is Renee like? Whataburger mustard. Oh, thanks. This is the pumpkin pie sparkling water, which Aldi no longer has in stock, so they finally sold
Because you
it all.
bought it all.
Rocky Mountain Girl said, I can't stand yellow mustard.
Really?
You know, it depends on the brand. Like plain yellow mustard, it's okay to mix in things. Like I'll use the regular yellow mustard when I make my mayo. But like for serving on a side, I just like a granular mustard. I like the grains. Renee said, my rent house was cast iron. Wow, that is old. And Maitreya said, it'll be fine. No worries, Heath.
I'm not worried now. It's done.
Right now that maybe he's a touch hangry. Mary T said, you will still get the flavor of the pecans. It will be yummy. Right? I think it still will be. Well, we'll find out in a minute, right? Renee said, I still bought lots of foam noodles from Lowe's and duct tape and spigot covers.
We do not use the L word here.
What? Oh.
Orange life.
And just a reminder, if anybody's following along on the no spend, or if you're on a financial journey, we will be going live this Sunday. Do we know what time yet? Do you want to go like at noon, or is there?
Are you going to be awake?
Yes, I will be awake.
Then sure.
You think noon?
Yeah.
Or a little later?
Noon 01.
So around noon on Sunday, if you just want to hang out, you're welcome to just hang out. Or if you have any financial questions, financial tips, anything like that, or you just want support for the no spend, low spend January, please come join us. We had a good turnout, I thought, last Saturday, kind of spurred the moment. And I think we still had about 20 people. So I thought that was really good. Caden said, I accidentally powdered pecans and mixed it with butter and pork panko and made the crust for a super low carb cheesecake. Was so good.
Oh, that sounds good.
That sounds really good.
Caden?
I don't think I need to. Ooh, look.
Oh,
wow. That is coming off perfectly. Ooh, look at that salmon, y'all.
Steam still coming off of it.
Oh, here, this is going to be, it'll show up better on your plate.
Yeah. Oh. I figure after you build the plate, I'll carry it around and show them.
Okay. So let me set off.
Here. I'll just say push it against it.
Oh, that's smart. And then, ooh, look at that. Over here. Do it right. Oops. Oh, isn't that cute? All right. And then we're just going to mix tomatoes here. What? Oh. And then, shall I do like this? What?
I'll just say pick it up this way.
I know, but I can't. I'd have to be in front where you are.
Give it to me.
Okay.
Oh, you already took it, though.
Well, because that one was already on it. Just do your thing, dear. And you can put it on yours.
They're all staying together. We should have done. That's why I wanted to do one on each side.
That still looks great. Well, just half of that for me. Oh, okay.
Where do you want it?
Right here.
I want this mushroom.
Well, yeah, split the mushrooms in half. Just pour it on top of the veggies. Shauna said, I do that the lazy way. I break one and cut the rest about the same.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is
Gary,
Is that good?
yeah, is that good for you?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you don't want any more of the veggies?
No, that's your half.
Oh, no, I
That's
thought
why I was
that
trying to give it to you.
Oh, I thought that was still your half because I took part of it, remember?
This is the same part.
Oh, okay, sure. Give it up to me. Ooh, those look good. But those are your mushrooms
Okay.
because you don't have very many. And then I kind of want to pick this up and drizzle all of that fat. You want me to do it or you want to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay. There, I'm just helping by scraping.
Get it all in one area.
Yeah. And just drizzle that over the veggies. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you want any of it?
Yeah.
That looks good. Oh, yeah. Look at you. Serve it all up. Look how clean that pan is now.
Now, you just do like that and get it out of the way.
Even better. All right. You're going to show them your plate. This looks like restaurant quality, y'all. I'm always just astonished.
Especially nowadays with so much blank room on the plate.
Right.
Well, maybe we should have done the hollandaise, but I don't want to now.
I thought there was there's your knife. Wow. I'm excited. Still feel like I got a lot of vegetables here. Okay, let's try one of the jalapenos. Carrie said, that is one of the things I'm glad I did was seal the windows on the outside with caulk.
We did that a couple of years ago.
Oh, did we do all of them?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we got to all of the windows.
I could have sworn we did.
Wouldn't hurt to look and do it again, probably. Yeah, Lisa guessed correctly. She said Old Bay when you were describing it. Lisa, you know.
Simpatico.
And Shauna said, you win, Lisa. Patty said, that looks amazing, and it isn't even all cooked yet. Well, thanks, Patty. Carrie said, there won't be much room for the mushrooms. No. Caden said, that sheet pan dish looks great. Thank you. Tweet TQ Cat said, oh, that food looks so good on that tray. That is going to be one fabulous meal. Yes, ma'am. And Rocky Mountain said, that looks amazing, y'all.
Is this on camera?
A little bit in the corner. Now it ain't. Radical Geek said, it looks amazing. And Shauna said, that does look good. Thank y'all so much. El Strange says, I have an extra phone cover. I should sell it on Marketplace. I mean, maybe you get a bidding war going. What did you have?
Just a jalapeno and a potato.
Well, next, let's each do a salmon bite because I want to see how the salmon is. There's what it looks like. Little overcooked, but that'll be fine. Ready?
Oh, that is amazing.
Wow.
We should have done the mayo instead of the mustard.
What a heart hell. Wow. That is really good. Like, you get a little bit of the mustard, but you get that sweetness from the maple. And then also the pecans to me have a little sweet flavor to it as well. Lisa said, I have been using the caramel and chocolate salty in my coffee, about a quarter of a pack, and it's perfect.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
That sounds delicious. Rocky Mountain Girl said, got to just watching on the replay. Good night, y'all.
Thank you.
Good night, Cindy. Have a great one. And good morning again. Oops. Radical Geek said, Sunday is when I'm making chicken tikka nuggets. Ooh, that sounds really good. All right. I'm going to have a tomato and a jalapeno here. Ooh, and yeah, let's put an onion on this.
That's way good.
Really good, y'all. That's a nice, assortment of veggies there.
And full disclosure, y'all, we were scratching our brains a little bit about the best thing we could do to use that pan my mom got me. I was like, first thing I come to mind is a sheet pan pizza. I was like, but we do pizza all the time. Let's do something different.
Yeah, what is y'all's ideas with the sheet pan? If you already have one, because I know somebody here used to work for Paper Chef. But if you have one, what do you like to use it for? Give us some ideas, y'all. Lisa said, dang, Dijon cream sauce sounds amazing, doesn't it? Mmm.
Really good.
That sweet potato. Wow.
And I don't even need the hollandaise.
Mm-mm. It's perfect on its own.
I think it actually might be too much for it. And it kind of mask
right
the flavors. It's like it'd be either or.
Yeah. Mary T said, love your winter spice. Used it in both sweet and savory dishes. Oh, that's awesome, Mary. That was my plan with it, is the winter spice would be able to play either way that you wanted it to. So that's great.
I've even used it on my hard-boiled eggs. It was really good too.
Wow. Brenda said, I also happen. Ooh, the jalapeno. Hold on, y'all. Jalapeno.
Even got you, huh?
Yeah, it hit like right in the spot there. Ooh. Okay, Brenda said, I also happen sprinkling winter spice on my warm Irish cream keto chow. Yum.
Wow.
That sounds great.
That really does.
Don't burst my bubble said, yes, send that mojo my way too. Need new to me house and first freeze here. So nervous.
Right?
Girl, just keep us on speed dial. We can just talk to each other while we're stressing about it. Rita said, laugh out loud. I'm listening to you on my phone and 2KK on the TV.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Talk about double listening there.
What have they got going on tonight?
Yeah. Is 2KK going on like right now? I didn't get a notification. Radical Geek said, I made a chipotle mustard.
Oh.
It was fantastic. Wow. That sounds amazing. I still want to do my fermented mustard, fermented ketchup, and a fermented mayo. I still have those on my to-do list. I just haven't gotten there yet.
When do you have time?
I know, right? When do I have time to do all this? Carrie said, Shelly, you can never have too much butter. Yes, sir. That's right.
What's the rule? Butter makes it better.
Mm-hmm. And then Matreya said, Whataburger. Yes. Whataburger is good. I like it a lot. Shada said, French's yellow mustard always on a hot dog. Ooh, yes. A hot dog. Or though I do love a Chicago dog. Or a Seattle dog.
Yes.
Oh, a Seattle dog? Oh, yeah, right? Renee said, Whataburger mustard is just a thicker, slightly grainy texture for yellow mustard. Yes, it is so good. Joy TQ Cat said, we're already 12 days in. I hope everyone is doing well with the no spin January or whatever you might be doing. Yeah, like I was looking at something that I was in fact, I have a meditation app that my job covers, and it was on auto, and it came today, and it just like auto charged. I was like, oh shoot, they didn't give me a warning, y'all. I mean, my job will cover it so I can submit the receipt, but it was just like a shocker to see that yearly fee, and I was like, I don't even know if I even need it. I mean, yeah, my job pays for it, but I was like, but I don't really use it that much. I should, like my coach, Samantha is always saying, do your meditations, because she's like, that's just a way to get your cortisol lower and relax. I don't know. I try to meditate, y'all. I struggle with meditating. Does anybody else meditate? What are your tricks? Because like I have tried and my mind just still goes too fast for me to meditate. Because I'll be sitting there and I'm trying to just focus on what they tell you to do. but it's still, then something comes up and I'm like, oh yeah. And then that, and then that. Yeah.
Wander.
So it's, huh?
You wander.
I do. But yeah, how is everyone feeling so far 12 days into the year? Shauna said, oh, live on Sunday. Woohoo. Yes. Just at least for this month, just to help everybody with their no and low spend January, you can tune in on Sunday and we can just talk, just to touch base, see where everybody's at. How are we doing? Help inspire each other, help keep each other accountable, help get us on track, that kind of thing. And I try to have a theme for each week as we go through this to help maybe build the skills that we need to come better financially, like stable, getting into our financial goals for this year as well. Renee said, well, Heath, Lowe's is a mile. Oh, we can't say that word. The blue box is a mile or less from my house. The orange is in Corpus. Oh, that sucks.
I understand. I'm a victim of circumstances. You got to do what you got to do. I understand. I just like being picky.
Well, I think you just want to give her a hard time, too.
Right. And I'm just brand loyal.
Shauna said, no spin, low spin, oops, spin. Oh, wait. And that's okay. And that's what, you know what, if you're like, oh, it's too late. It's 12 days in. I'm done for. Please come on Sunday. Let's talk about it, y'all, because it's okay. I was kind of saying this in the chat the other day, and I don't want to go on and on about it since we're supposed to be talking about food and keto. But it's like if somebody had just started keto on January 1st and they went off plan yesterday, and they were like, well, I messed up. I ate a piece of bread. Would you tell them, well, you got to quit now. It's done and over with. Start again next month. Or would you say, you know what? It's okay. You can. So what? You messed up that one day or you went off that one day. It's okay. Today is a new day. And that's the same thing when it comes to the finances and the no spin, low spin. Something happens. It's okay. Today's a new day. Move forward. We're going to do our best. Radical Geek said, Sunday used to be empty. Now there are more lives. I can retire soon as long as I can have time with my favorite peeps. Aww. Yeah, I don't even know where all the lives are. I'm in, buddy. Hey, Zenobia said, hop a day. Good Saturday morning. How's it there? Now, I haven't looked that far, but getting a cold front coming up this week. Are you going to have a cold front on Monday or Tuesday, or does it still stay pretty warm there?
I'm just curious. You said Saturday morning. What time is it for her right now?
Like 8 or 9.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Rickwood said, oh.
She's living in the future.
Yeah. Rickwood said there were like 10 lives the last weekend. Really? Wow. Carrie said those plates of food look so good. Thanks, Carrie.
They look empty, honestly. There should be more.
Twink2Q Cat said there's not a restaurant I know that could touch that meal you just made. Perfect. Oh, thanks, Twink2Q Cat.
Thank you.
Carrie said the sheep head, you would have to tuck it in, right?
Uh-huh. That was really good.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm still barely touched.
Because you're still working on the stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll finish. Do you sure you don't want some more of the vegetables?
Eat all you can and I'll finish your plate. Because
I
I am still hungry.
Yeah, I think you gave me extra.
Oh, well.
Rickwood said, it's gotten where people are doing more lives than usual. I didn't know if YouTube was pushing them or not. I have 3 or 4 lives every day of the week.
Wow.
A lot of replays. Oh, wow. I haven't seen anything where YouTube is pushing it. It could be because it's the new year.
And it's a lot easier, honestly. Because when you're live, you don't have to edit afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why a lot of people do
them. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the new year. More people are trying to get more lives going because they figure, like a couple of financials I follow. So Kate Caden, also, she's doing, let me know if anybody's read this, the 12-week year. Has anybody read that book?
Huh.
if you have, or if you're interested, Kate Caden, every Sunday, she's doing like a book club meet where and she's not like going over each chapter by chapter. She's just discussing what the book has and where everybody's at in that 12-week thing.
I got a question. Would it be gross or weird to just put the sheet pan back in the oven and just use it again tomorrow?
I don't see why not. I'm going to do it, and if y'all say it's gross, oh well. We're still going to do it.
You don't have to tell them that part, but just tell them we watched it. They won't know. They're not going to watch us.
Shauna said, y'all tried to talk me into liking jalapenos, and one is tried to kill Shelly.
Who was it that commented on that on her
Paul.
picture earlier? Paul. You actually use hot sauce, the Frank's hot sauce too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, Frank's isn't that hot, but I'm still proud of you even putting hot sauce on your food at all.
I know.
Well, she said she likes garlic gringo too. So.
Oh yeah, garlic gringo is good.
I want to order a jar of it, like the big jar.
Oh.
That stuff is good.
Radical Geek said, it's just more people. I only started YouTube because I wanted to chat with the Horde more. Oh, you're so sweet. I love your channel.
Yes, thank you.
Rita said they are doing a live that they usually do on Thursday. Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, Lynette's here. Hi, Lynette. She said, hi, everyone. How are you doing? Howdy. She's been posting so many great pictures of all the wonderful fun she's been having lately. Maitreya said, not trying to get money or whatnot. So if it too glutted, you all say the word. No, Maitreya, you better keep your channel because I will be really mad.
We look forward to your channel every Sunday. That's why I'm happy now that I'm off on Sunday, so I don't have to rush to tune in.
Mm-hmm.
We plan our Sunday evening. I have an alarm on my phone to make sure I tune in to yours every single week. That's why I was mad last week when I wasn't able to. Right.
And what I like, honestly, is you're so educational.
Yes.
Because you're just a wealth of information. Like your Cheese Fridays.
So much from you.
Yeah, I love learning about cheese and I love learning about coffee. So that's, to me, that I love those so much. Anytime but this is me. Let me know, y'all, how you feel. But I love when channels educate you.
Yes.
When you can learn something. I'm always somebody I love learning. I know it's probably like, as he would say, nerd, but I love to learn. That's why I kind of do this. Like if I'm interested in something, I don't just learn the basics. Like I dive deep and I just keep going. Like, the whole financial stuff, but then I read or listened to Invested, and I'm now listening to the 12-week year. And like when it comes to investing, I'm diving deep. Like I'm really tried to learn all of that. I've already got some spreadsheets going. And so I'm having a lot of fun with that. 2 weeks into January already, our emergency fund is almost to what they recommend your emergency fund should start at least $1,000. And we're a little over halfway to that point. So I'm like so excited. 2 weeks into January, we're almost there. And then of course you want to build to like 3 and 6 months worth of emergency funds. That's my ultimate goal. But right now I'm just like so proud of us that we're already there. Like I'm doing another one I like is Ramit Sethi. I don't know who else knows him. But like he says, and a lot of people give this advice, whenever you get paid, automatically every payday, you should have X amount that goes into a savings or investment. And that's what I've been implementing this year. So like when Heath got paid last Friday, automatically. And then today I got paid. So automatically, that was like the first thing out before anything else. I have at least go there and then I deal with everything else.
Nice.
So that's my goal. But, and I know I said I wasn't going to talk about money, but look at me. Rickwood said they must be back from their cruise. Oh, 2KK. Yeah. Radical Geek said, me, get with me to talk meditation. Okay. Thanks, Maitreya. Yeah. I need some pointers. As it is hard for me to
Because every time I try, I end up just falling asleep.
Yeah, he just falls asleep. Well, and I think here's my thing. I think I would do okay. Like you, I think you're I forget the term for it where you can't visualize in your brain, right? So without saying it, can you sit there and
Sometimes I can't. Depends on the subject.
like visualize the story?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Depends on the subject.
You
Honestly.
told me before you don't see pictures in your brain.
That's what I'm telling you right now.
Uh-huh.
It depends on the subject.
Okay.
I can
Alright.
visualize it because a lot of times I'm visualizing something like we were talking about the other day, how something goes together. I can visualize how that does. And when I try and describe it to you, how I'm seeing it, it doesn't always jive.
Mm.
So I got to put it in terms where you can visualize it.
Right. Well, how about
But
if
a lot
I
of
said
stuff is I've already done before, like how like building the cabinet and stuff.
Oh.
I know how they all fit together. I can visualize that.
oh, because you've done it. What if
Yeah.
I said, okay, look at a red apple. Can you see that in your brain? Like a 3D dimensional red apple.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'm really good at visualizing. I don't even have to close my eyes to visualize something. Like I can look at this and visualize anything in my brain like separately. I don't know if that makes sense. So I could do that really well. So I could, I think, meditate, but it's just the calming down because then I just go off into other things.
Her brain never shuts down.
I know. Rickwood said your brain runs too fast, Shelley. You
Yes.
you have too many rabbit holes going on. As
Slow
he
down,
says,
Turbo.
That's what she just said. As he says, slow down, Turbo. It is true. It is true. I try.
Relax.
I don't feel like I'm not relaxed.
Mentally, you're not though.
Right. Well, I'm just always thinking of things,
You're
but
always
it
going.
it does help on some days because then I'm like come up with different recipes and stuff. Toy TQ Cat said, I thought it was just me, but no, I don't do well meditation either. I'm not sure what the secret is. I'd love to know. Yes. A Radical Geek said, but not tonight. I'm sleepy. Right? Air Fried Ani said, yes, Frank's the gateway spice. Laugh out loud. Yes, good. Everybody's telling Maitreya she better keep her dang channel or we're all coming up to Ohio.
Well, we should do that anyways.
Right? Shauna said, every check I get, I have an amount go straight into my savings. Way to
Nice.
go, Shauna.
That's
That is awesome. See, that's what.
She needs a travel fund so she can come visit us.
Mm-hmm.
That goes for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
I miss all of y'all. I miss the fact that we didn't go to KPL.
I know. But I really want to do our savings this year.
And with the new job and stuff, I couldn't take off anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I was going to touch on that a little bit too.
Okay, go ahead.
What happened in the last
I'll
couple
eat.
days.
Okay.
So, Comcast, we've touched on it before a couple weeks ago too. Y'all saw it when we were in the truck a couple weeks ago when we were doing this. And Comcast is laying fiber in our neighborhood. We are the 14th Street back in the middle of our neighborhood, right? So we have a big neighborhood. But we have a Facebook group for our neighborhood too. And lots and lots of our neighbors are complaining and crying about all the turmoil that Comcast is causing. They have knocked out our internet twice and then knocked out our cable. I mean, not our cable, our electrical once.
Yeah.
Caused me to miss several days of work or hours of work too. And then I we have an option at my job where we can flex, is what they call it. So I can trade instead of working. My normal shift is, this pay period is Monday through Sunday. And then I have Tuesdays and Sundays off.
Ooh.
So I could have flexed. I've tried to. I put in a request to flex and work and take Friday off and just work my regular shift to take one of my days instead. But they declined it. But here recently, they've been handing out what they call VTO, voluntary time off. And they put it out for this whole week. So I took off VTO for today. I put it in on Tuesday, I guess, whenever I submitted it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had, I don't remember what day it was. She's going to remind me. We had CenterPoint, our power company, come out and put in a temporary power. Y'all be showing pictures and a little video of that this week on the MS Journey. So we had this big, giant tube or cable running from our power pole, because this wall right here, I don't know if they can see me actually on camera. This is the side of our house, and the power, what do you call it, the breaker box is right there on this wall on the other side of our garage. And it runs all the way back to the back corner. That the line they dropped ran there, and then jumped over 2 fences into not that neighbor, but the other neighbor. Their little corner.
Wow.
They went over to that and there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was temporary power they ran over. So we have full power, because when they knocked it out, they came over and looked at it, and they said the left side of our breaker box was out, which gave us no 220. With 220 runs the gas range, our electric range, washer and dryer, and our water heater.
And the AC.
And the AC. Luckily, we didn't need the AC. We had enough water in the water heater until the very last day before they came to have hot showers. So when we only had one day, we had to take a cold shower. So that was pretty good.
It was really cold, y'all.
Yeah, it was.
When they say, "Oh, it's so healthy to take cold showers,"
it's not mentally healthy for me.
it was like really cold.
So
I kept saying to myself, "This is good for you, Shelly. This is good for you. This is good for you." As I'm like shivering.
It knocked out half the power in our house, and it was really weird too. Our bedroom power was kind of wonky. A couple of our lights didn't, or a couple of our plugs didn't work, and our lamps wouldn't hold full power. We could still charge our phones off the power of it, but it wouldn't power our lights. Like our nightstand lamps wouldn't work, but our master bathroom light worked. She also uses a CPAP. So what I did was I dropped the cord from the bathroom into her, over her side of the bed, so she could run her machine. I told her, it's like we do when we're on the cruise.
Yeah, we had power cords going everywhere.
And then I have one plug on the far wall of my office where I was able to run my equipment for my
job.
And so I dropped the extension cord with the 3-prong extension on it, or 3-prong plug-in on it, so I can plug everything in. And then, then also I have a power strip, so I had to plug that in. I feel like I was camping out a little bit. And then what else? And then they came. They supposedly were supposed to be here today. The electrician. That's why I took off today. The electrician was supposed to be here at noon.
Can I interject real quick? So when all this happened, I just want to shout out to the HungryHorde in our chat group, because I shared what was going on. Sundays when we found out, because we were like, what is going on? We were gone most of the day Sunday. When we came home that afternoon, we noticed only half the power was on. I freaked out, and then we had Centerpoint come out, and Centerpoint said, yeah, when Comcast nicked your line, they only nicked it, and that's why you're getting half power. And he was like, but you actually have to hire an electrician, because they won't touch the lines, because where it was nicked is in our backyard, and Centerpoint only works if it's in the front, or if it was like at the actual meter box, or, their box. But in between that is our responsibility. And so I like had a mental breakdown. They yelled for walking me off the cliff, but he thankfully had made friends with the Comcast guy.
The supervisor.
Yeah, that had been here before when all this happened originally, and still had his number. So he texted him. And
I'm actually the thing too. I made sure I sent it to him via text. That way I have everything in writing. Still.
Right. So he texted him, and the guy was like, oh, no problem. Hey, if you're having issues, we have an electrician, because we're not the first ones. At least it's better, because some of the neighbors actually had their sewer line that got cut by Comcast. So at least it wasn't the sewer line, right? I don't know. That just seems worse to me.
It does.
But he said, no problem. We'll take care of it. We have an electrician. Just call Centerpoint, have them put in a temporary line. Our electrician will be there Friday. So we called Centerpoint. Tuesday they came and put in the temporary so that we would have full power.
He had to make 2 trips. They came over to put eyes in. I call it hands and eyes on it, so they can see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Then he left for about an hour and a half, whatever, and then they came back and they laid it all down.
Yeah. And so then catching up to where Heath is. So then the Comcast guy said, look, on Friday, our electrician will be there by noon.
He showed up around 9:15 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was shortly after. It was about the same. Our yard guys came.
Yeah.
And I was actually showing him the pipe, the temporary line in the back, and I didn't have to fight with his stuff to get it over it. So we decided we're just going to skip the backyard this trip. And while I was talking to him, I saw a truck pull up carrying a trailer with a wire spool on the back of one of the giant ones. And he slowed down right in front of our house. So I ran up and talked to him. It turned out he said he was the electrician that Comcast sent out. So it was really cool too, because they're supposed to be here by noon, but they showed up earlier.
Yeah. And they were actually finished by noon.
And what he said was that the line was just in the ground. There was no conduit or no pipe or whatever. So they brought a machine out and they took and put a piece of PVC all the way down to where it needed to be. And then they ran the line back through it. And they did a really good job too, covering it, because you can't even tell now. I mean, the dogs can mind it, but you can't even, when you're walking around looking at the ground, you can't even tell really where they dug. They did a really good job.
So now all that has to happen is we still have the temporary line. So I called Centerpoint, and they have to come out here, disconnect the temporary, and then basically take the new permanent line and just hook it up to the meter box in the other box. But when I called Centerpoint, the first guy was like, yeah, they'll be there between 8 and 5. And I'm like,
it was 11:15 when we called.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of weird. And so then I called later after it had been like 2 or 3 hours. I was like, what's going on? I know there's lots of power outages, because it's Houston.
They got other emergencies going on.
Yeah, but so like every time I called, and some other people in the subdivision also had down powers because it was windy today. And the second person I talked to was much more, you can have veggies, was much more detailed. And she said, look, anytime you call to have a temporary line removed, she goes, it can take up to 15 days. She's like, so you are
too, because they charge by the day for having it.
No, by the month.
Oh, okay.
She goes, but you're on there. I see the order's been placed. They just haven't set when they're going to do it. I said, so not today. She goes, I mean, technically, could it be today? She goes, maybe. She goes, but I can tell you right now, with all of the emergencies going on and the upcoming weather, she goes, I highly doubt it'll get done today, and probably not this weekend. And she goes, and she'll put a note in there for them to call us, but that doesn't mean that they'll do it, because they might just show up and just, do what they have to do, which I doubt it, because they need access to our backyard. But anyhow, so we don't know when they're going to come out to remove, but we've got power, so that's what matters.
And what's cool too, I even walked out there when the guy was putting it all in to inspect it and everything. Because I was worried about letting the dogs out there, and he's like, "Oh no, they can't do it." He goes, "It's purposely built so the dogs don't mess with it."
Oh yeah, the temporary.
And the time they've been out there, they haven't messed with it at all.
Yeah, they're just like, honestly, whatever. But yeah, so
we were kind of concerned about that, but luckily it's a non-issue.
Yeah, but I'm just so glad. And so yeah, the Comcast got their electrician out here, so I don't even have to deal with that. The only thing I have to deal with is as soon as I get the bill from the electric company, which is almost like $500, then I give it to Carlos and he'll write me a check to cover it. So we got it all in writing from him. So fingers crossed, right? Shauna said, my red apple had a worm, right? Toy TQ Cat said, I'm bad about it. I feel rude if I can't be there for the whole thing. I need to change that way of thinking, because tons of people just drop in as they can, and it's perfectly fine for the lives. Oh, yeah, don't feel bad about it. I mean, I think we're all pretty understanding, right? Shauna said, I need for friends to have a travel fund to help me come visit them.
I'm saying.
No, she wants us to have the travel.
I'm agreeing with her. We need to.
Radical Geek said, so no 2024 KPL for HungryHeath. No, not this year, because my main thing again is we really need to get the emergency fund up there, and I just
I'm honestly,
I just feel like when we went in 22, it cost us over $2,000, and I just feel like that's just too much for us.
yes.
For just a weekend. Like if it was like 7 days or something, then I could almost justify it. But for 3 days, and we would end up having to miss like 5 or 6 days of work plus out $2,000. I'm just like, I don't feel like it's in the budget this year. I really want to make sure we get everything that we built up to where it needs to be. So I just really want to focus on that for this year, and then we'll just see what we have for 2025, right?
Yeah.
Mary T said, I don't know when I'll be able to travel in the States again. Maybe if our dollar goes up, but it's been like 30% for a lot of years. Yeah, see, that's hard, right, Mary T? And that's fine. I mean, I'd love to go to Canada again too, you know?
Yes.
And yeah, that just makes it hard. Shauna says, seems like Comcast digger people need a little more training. Yeah, or they just need to call and get the lines marked, which they're supposed to.
They did admit to us that the reason why they hit it because it wasn't marked. I was like, well, why did you dig then? That to me is
I think that's why they're covering it, because they know they didn't do what they're supposed to do. Shada said, I only get 40 hours PTO a year. Wow. And outside of that, if I take off, I pay for vacation and nobody coming in. So there's that. And I've only taken 1 sick day in over 15 years. So those hours get wasted. Won't let me use them for anything else.
Wow.
Well, that's silly that you can't just use it. That's really silly, because like at my job, I can use sick time for whatever, but the way my job does it is the sick time is use it or lose it. So every January 1st, it reloads for the year, and you either use it or lose it. So you can use it for whatever. Like you can even call it a mental health day if you want to. You're like, I just need a mental health day, and you can have, however many hours you want. Then we also get PTO, which is like our vacation time. And then now that is also use it or lose it to a degree. So by the end of the year, anything over 40 hours that's left is then lost. But up to 40 hours, if you don't use it by December 31st, then you get it paid out to you in February. So like last year, I was able to save 40 of those hours because a couple of days I took off, I just used my sick time because it's there. Mm-hmm. So I saved 40 hours of my vacation so that then I kind of get a half check bonus in February, which is going directly into my savings.
And then I had my boss tell me, he goes, I don't care. He goes, I'm not trying to be rude to you. He goes, but I don't care why you want it off. He goes, it's your PTO. Take it off wherever you want to.
Right.
Just put in your, if you have it, put it in. He goes, that's why you have it.
Right.
Just use it.
And I feel
enjoy it.
I feel like more are getting towards that. Like anytime I've had to be call in sick for this job, I've never had to tell why.
Yeah.
Like you could just say, yeah, I'm just not feeling it. Just want a mental health day.
I need the day off.
Okay. And that's all. You don't need a doctor's note. Like I remember the day you used to at jobs, if you had to have your vacation time pre-scheduled, a minimum of at least 2 weeks before, if not months. And then if you wanted to be sick, like for a while, they were like, oh, well, we need a doctor's excuse.
Well, I think about cool about mine too. They at least my department anyways, or my department, they know we work from home. So they're totally fine with having, because we have cameras too, like in our meetings and whatnot, having the family in the background. I've seen my teammates or my supervisors, the ones holding hosting the meeting, holding their babies, feeding their dogs and stuff, and the kids talking to everybody, also telling them hi and everything while they're in the meetings, and they love it because they say it's family. They said the whole reason why you're working is for your family,
right?
Make them part of it too.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's like mind blowing to me. Because this is actually, y'all, this is my second time working for this company, and I don't remember it being like that before.
Wow. But of course, you were also a lot younger.
You're
half your age.
Working on site too, so that was a lot different then.
Well, right. Well, I know my company.
Very impressed.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with mine too. Like
I'm impressed with yours as well.
Yeah, and what I like too is a couple weeks ago, because somebody's dog ended up popping in, and they were like, well, next week we got to see everybody's dog. So at the next meeting, we were all showing our dogs.
They do that all the time.
I know, and that's sweet. I'm like, yeah.
Because I'll even be in a meeting with my boss. He's like, hold on, time out, and I got to go let the dogs out.
Right?
He's tearing up something or whatever.
Y'all, I made some Ultima yogurt. So here, when he feels like getting up, I'm not saying you have to right this minute, but
just
when you
hint, wink, wink.
When you feel like it, if you could get one of the Ultima out, a spoon, and some blueberries.
Here's your spoon.
Oh, that's okay. I guess I use this one.
No, there's another one in there.
That one's even bigger.
I thought that was one of the little guys. I got one from your side of the drawer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, that's a. Look, that's bigger.
Oh, it's the same size.
Oh, okay. Rickwood said, when you go to KPL again, Shelly, you will have to plan for a week's trip to visit places you want to see in the East. I mean, yeah, that's true. We could plan around doing it. Like I thought.
That takes longer though.
Right.
While we're there, I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay. Oh, can you hand me the cinnamon behind you?
Put that back together.
Oh gosh.
I don't know what happened.
There we go. So this is that Ultima yogurt, y'all, that I made. Look at that. Like it's I don't know if you remember Dairy Queen, but that one did fall off. But look how creamy this is, y'all. Very creamy. And these are 6-ounce containers, but it's probably a little less than 6 ounces. And I think, what is it, Rickwood, that he suggests at least a half a cup a day? So I do like a serving of blueberries, maybe a little more because these are really yummy. But yeah, we would probably see some other things too, and maybe make a week out of it. I don't know. We'll just see. I just know it's really not in the cards this year. Like I feel like this year we're not going to be doing. I mean, we might. We're not going to go to KetoCon itself, but we might be able to go like for a weekend to Austin to visit and maybe, just hang out with some people there. But I don't feel like I'm not going to pay for tickets to go to KetoCon, right? Or any of the conventions. So we'll just see what happens with that. But I just feel like this year, no vacation, like we're not going to do a cruise or anything. It just really, really killed us. The last 2 years, we did the low carb cruise. Both of those years, we went to at least one other. No, I would say each of those years, we did at least 2 keto conventions. And that just really, really hits, the finances hard. And we really need to rein in the spending, as they would say. Mary T said, if you come to Canada, you save 30%. Maybe I should host a camping style meetup in my yard. Oh, that would be fun. I would love that. Yeah, I would come too. Let's see, everybody talking back and forth. That's so much fun. I wish Jason lived on that side of Canada too. Wouldn't that be fun that we could hit both of our favorite Canadians at once? Everybody talking back and forth. Oh, that's awesome. So this is how I've been doing the Ultima yogurt. So I just add some blueberries to it and some cinnamon because I just love cinnamon. I have my little spoonful. So good. I'll have Heath try it when he gets in here. I I'm going to say this. When it comes to El Rooterai, and Rick, when you tell me if you concur or what your thoughts are. So with the El Rooterai, the yogurt, this is my second batch. The first batch, no. The second batch, the yogurt does have a tang to it. So it kind of reminds me of like the 5% Fage, maybe a little tangier. Now, I've always been somebody that I prefer unsweetened yogurts. I think if you are used to a sweetened yogurt, then you would probably add a little sweetener to this. But to me, just doing the blueberries is way sweet enough. So I'll have Heath try it and tell me what he thinks.
It tastes great.
And then there, you can see you got the blueberry on it too. What do you think?
That's pretty good.
Right? So,
And that's using that machine that Lynette got you, huh?
Yes. Thank you again, Mama Bear Lynette.
That's awesome.
So, and 22Q Cat said, that's the yogurt you made in your new machine. Yes, ma'am. So with the Sutec yogurt maker, the reason why I got this, it was recommended by Donna Schwink. So Donna Schwink recommends that one because when it comes to El Rooterai, the most important thing is the temperature. Okay, you get you one. I ain't gonna complain. Make more. I don't know how that's possible. But anyways, the most important thing is you do not want this to get above 106 degrees or you're just going to kill that wonderful bacteria. So what she recommends with the Sutec or any yogurt maker machine that you have, you want to make sure you can get it, I would say 100 to 102. So I actually did this batch at 102. This is what Rickwin told me to do, right? Her and I, she's been just a wealth of information, y'all. She has really helped me because my first batch, I threw almost all of it away. I did save enough to make the second batch. And then this is what I do. Take a scoop out. Oh, look at how thick that is. Here, hold that with your.
What she always tells me.
Oh. And then I like to do cinnamon. I just think cinnamon's good for you. Cinnamon. And then, yeah, throw the blueberries in here. Whoop. Where'd it go? Oh, right, it's a treat for Delilah.
No, it landed in my lap.
There. Do a couple more. Wasn't that good? And no sweetener in this.
I'll eat those and we'll add the rest of those to that.
Okay. Well, I stir it up.
Oh, I will.
But anyways, no sweetener in this. So, yes, the Sutec, it's really nice. Now I've gotten it down. So I set the temperature. So I set this batch at 102. And then you set the time. So you want it to go for 36 hours. So a lot of yogurt machines, I think it's less than that. Like, what is it, 8 hours or something? But anyways, this, you have to let it go for 36. Yeah, you go ahead. And so it just allows that. So it works perfect, right? So doing the 36 hours. And then Radical Geek said, what's your favorite El Rooterai starter? The one I got is the one recommended by Donna Schweek. And I can't say I got it. Shout out Brenda F. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. She actually got it for me and sent it for a Christmas present. So it's just awesome. And I really appreciate it. So again, this is all thanks to Brenda F. because she gave me the starter. And then Mama Bear Lynette got me the yogurt machine. So thank you both so very much because you're the reason why I was able to even start this. So here's the one I get. It's the one that Donna Schwink, and it is on Amazon. So let me get the Amazon link.
Did we get that?
So what it was is I put this on our wish list and Brenda found it on there.
Do we have the shortener on that one? I think so because you logged into me.
Yeah.
Because I have a little adapter or a program I downloaded it's a
Okay.
Amazon website shortener. Because if not, you don't use that. When you copy paste it, it gives you like almost a novel.
Right. So there's the link, Maitreya, or anyone else who's interested. That's the one that Brenda F got me. And so far, I'm very happy with it. And I know Donna and I believe even Dr. Davis said, because they were like, well, how often do you need it? Because I think that package comes with 4 starters. I can't remember which one. Maybe Rick Wade could correct me. But either Dr. Davis or Donna Schwink says they're on their 60th batch from the original one.
Wow.
Because the main thing, I don't know who all has ever worked with sourdough before. I used to make sourdough bread, and that's what I kind of relate it to. It's very much like sourdough. So with sourdough, or really, I guess any ferments, whatever your first batch is, you're going to save a portion of that. So like the first batch that was like blah, I had 2 containers, so about 5 tablespoons that ended up doing okay. And I used those, the 5 tablespoons, to make the next batch, making 48 ounces. I'm not doing a quart at a time. I'm doing 48 ounces because I have 8 of these jars that are 6 ounces each. So that's 48 ounces. So I have to adjust the recipe because the original recipe of Dr. Davis is for 1 quart. And I'm doing more than that because I like this because it's serving size. So I adjusted and Rickwood helped with that. So it was 5 tablespoons of the first batch to make the second batch. And then it was 3 tablespoons of your inulin or your starch, your prebiotic. So I have a prebiotic I got for Bulletproof. It worked well in this one. I think that one is Larchwood, but any inulin starch that you like, any prebiotic starch. And I know Dr. Davis has some suggestions, and so does Donna Schweik. Use that, and then you use an ultra pasteurized milk. So you do not want to use raw or, I guess it would be, no, you want, like, usually the organic is ultra pasteurized, but that's what you want. So like, usually like with kefir, y'all know I make my own kefir. You could do raw milk for kefir. You could do just regular whole milk for kefir, and it works wonderful. Right? But when it comes to the El Ruderai, you want that ultra pasteurized milk. So either ultra pasteurized milk or half and half, but you want to make sure there's no carrageenan in it.
What about the milk we can get from that Calico Farms?
That's raw.
Okay, so that one's no. Okay.
Not for this. It'd be good for kefir, but not for this.
The reason why I'm asking, there's a local farm about, 30, 45 minutes north of us. And they've been running specials lately where they buy one, get one free on a gallon of milk or whatever.
Yeah.
So just find that time to go up there.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, and you mix that. So you mix really well the starter or your leftover. So I have to save from this batch. I think there's 3 jars left?
I didn't count. But
one of the jars don't touch because I got to use it to make the next batch.
Okay.
And
Go ahead.
And it only takes 36 hours. So I kind of plan it. Like, for example, I'll probably make another batch this Sunday night. And then Tuesday morning is when I would pull it.
But you were telling me earlier, you said you saw where they had blackberries on sale. That'd be good in this too.
Yeah.
Also, strawberries also.
Mm-hmm. But the strawberries were still kind of pricey.
Well, that's fine. No, I'm just saying in the future though.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on what's on sale.
Right. Okay. Island Buddy said, imagine an international flight, hotel, transportation, cost of KetoCon, food, any extra expenses. Yikes.
Right.
Save it up now for 2025. Yeah, Zenobia. That's why it just astounded me when you were like, oh, I'm from Guam. I'm like, oh my gosh. And you came all the way here. Like, I just would blow. Like, I'm crying about $2,000 for a 3-day weekend. Right. Like, I don't even want to know.
Yeah, it was a 3-day weekend.
I'm sure you spent a lot.
But she's going next year. We have no plans, honestly, of attending KetoCon again. But if you're going next year, we might make a plan to go to Austin to come visit you.
Well,
That's only a 3-hour drive for us.
right. Well, I told everybody we might be going just to Austin, not to the event.
Yes.
I would never do KetoCon again.
Right. But
we
especially
might
now, though, if she's coming that far, we have to go visit her.
I
It's
would
only
say
3
we might
hours.
go for the weekend,
Yeah.
not to KetoCon,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but we would go there and stay like at a cheap hotel and just to hang out with people after
Go to
the
dinner
event.
or whatever with everybody, yeah.
Right.
Or go to meet them at lunch too, or whatever.
Right. Yeah, but we
Especially,
would not.
I'm saying if she is going to KetoCon, we need to go and visit her. It's a 3-hour drive.
Right. Well, I don't think she is. That's what she's saying is because she wants to
because
do
of that.
low carb cruise at 25.
It's either or. I understand.
Right. Well, and saving up
Yeah.
because she'll have to fly to Alaska,
Yeah.
and that's already an expensive
Right,
cruise to begin with.
Yeah.
So,
It's either or.
yeah.
I understand. Believe me,
Mhm.
I understand. There's so many places and things I want to do. You just got to fit them in.
Rickwood said, yes, the El Ruderai is more tangy than most yogurts. That's why I can only reuse the batch 4 or 5 times. It's too tangy even for me. I switched between the El Ruderai and the Bulgarian. Yeah, I'm loving this. This is perfect.
Yes.
But we'll see. This is only my second batch. Rickwood said, I plan on making the Gasserai yogurt when I get home. Oh, nice. Now I know Donna Schwink combines the El Ruderai and the Gasserai together. Are you going to try to do something like that? Like, I don't know. I'd have to go and see how she did it again, but it sounds good. But I was reading all about the benefits of, because I was like, okay, now that I started eating El Ruderai for like 3 days, when will I know that it's working, right? And so I was looking and they were like, oh, it all depends on this and that and this and that, but most people can tell within a week or two that the El Ruderai is happy where it's at kind of thing. So I'm just excited. There's a lot of great benefits. One of them, you probably didn't know, but it's supposed to help with like wrinkles and skin texture, like to smooth out your skin.
Nice.
Add more elasticity to it.
Nice.
I was like, wow, that's pretty good. And then it's also considered like the love bacteria because it's supposed to make you happier and more loving towards other people.
Oh, nice.
More empathetic and stuff. I thought it was interesting. There's where I left it. Radical Geek said, my yogurt is a probiotic, but isn't specifically El Ruderai. Yeah, so the El Ruderai, you'll go nerd out on this, Radical Geek. Once you read up on it, Dr. Davis El Ruderai. So they're saying the El Ruderai is like this bacteria that most humans should have had, but over the last 50 to 100 years, most Western cultures have basically, it's very finicky bacteria. So if you've ever had an antibiotic, if you've ever had seed oils, you basically kill it off. And the only way to get it back is with like this yogurt's the best. This particular yogurt has the El Ruderai. There's a couple foods out there like Uair is supposed to have some El Ruderai in it, but it's not going to be as powerful as doing the yogurt. And that this has a lot of benefits. So not only the skin elasticity, the oxytocin, it's also supposed to, they haven't done a lot of studies as far as the testosterone, but it should help men with their testosterone. Gosh, there's a whole bunch of course, gut health, especially those that have SIBO, supposed to be amazing to help with SIBO and other gut issues. Like this is just like what our ancestors would have had this bacteria, and would have thrived with it. And so Dr. Davis speculates that that's probably a lot of our issues nowadays is because of antibiotics and seed oils and all the processed foods that we basically are killing off all of these good bacteria. And because we're killing off the good bacteria, guess what? The bad bacteria get to have full reign of the house.
They call it junk food. All that other stuff we've been eating, we're used to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, really a true term for it. Because missing all that stuff you need.
yeah, so I'm just excited. You know, I really feel like it's only been this week since I've technically been eating it. I mean, I tried to drink a couple of the first batch, but it was just so sour. And you know, I love kefir, which some people find kefir as very sour, my milk kefir, but that first batch of El Ruderai was like more sour than the kefir.
Because I don't really like the kefir to drink it, but I love when she makes the kefir cheese.
Yeah.
I eat that a lot.
Mm.
That's way good.
Oh, good. Lynette said, do they have a date for the 2025 cruise yet? Yeah, you should have got an email from Debbie since you've been on it before, but it's June of 2025. I don't know the specific dates, but you could go to the low carb cruise. It's already out there. She is already taking deposits for the 2025 Alaska cruise. So it is an Alaska cruise. I know we're not going to be doing that one. Heath and I talked about it, and I'm sorry those of you that are going that we won't be there. You know, I hate, that's the thing is I hate not getting to do some of these events in the cruise because my favorite thing is hanging out with you.
Yes.
And I feel bad because I'm like, oh, I want to hang out with you, but then it's like I just can do an Alaska cruise a lot cheaper. And I've already done Alaska 3 times, and they've all done at the end of April or the beginning of May. And really, if I do Alaska again, if I do Alaska cruise again, I want to do one of the very last ones of the season because I really want to see the Northern Lights.
Correct.
But then Heath and I were talking, and this, y'all, like, I hope you're sitting down. We might not do much cruising going forward because we were talking about things, right? Like we've done 29 cruise. I've done 29 cruises. I don't know what your number is. 15? I don't know. But anyhow, we've done a lot of cruises, which it is fun to do a cruise. But I was telling him, I said, even if we did Alaska, I kind of really would prefer to like fly into Anchorage and drive down and do more of a road trip of Alaska.
Yeah.
And stay more inland and experience more of Alaska and the Alaskan culture and the Alaskan natives and really get deep in the heart of Alaska. You know, we're obviously where there's still civilization. We're not going to go way off where there isn't anyone, but you know, kind of do that, stay in a lodge or something like that. And then we were talking about maybe in 25, maybe going to like Europe.
Yes.
Because
like part of it we're liking back to, we did a cruise out of New England.
Yeah.
But we enjoyed more when we did a road trip through New England. We actually enjoyed that more than the cruise. And we got to see more. And we've talked about it before. I'm always going on and on about how we did our 50 by 50. Well, that gives me an inspiration to do our 7 by 70.
What's a 7 by 70?
I want to do all 7 continents by the time I turn 70 years old. Now, the caveat to that, like she was saying, no more cruises probably. We'd have to do one more cruise to get Alaska. I mean, to get Antarctica, which is fine with me. But everywhere else, she said, like she was saying, we just fly there and actually see the country that way. So,
cruises are great.
Yes.
If you want to visit a lot of places in a short amount of time and not have to basically figure out the logistics. All you have to figure out is where to get to, where you're leaving that port and where you're coming back if there's 2 different ports. That's all you have to do is do that and get on the ship and they take you everywhere you need to go.
Because one of the things we were dreaming it up or fantasizing about doing was the Virgin Cruise. But the only the closest one to us, you have to sail out of Florida. The other one she was looking at sails out of Barcelona, right?
Well, there's San Juan, and then which would be now neat, and then it's Yeah, I think it's Barcelona somewhere, and there's a couple more
But
in.
either way, we have to fly there,
Mhm.
then do the cruise.
Right.
Why don't we just fly wherever we want and just hang out in that area?
Well,
Or 2 or 3 different areas in that,
and what kind of got me into this, right? Into this deep dive, right? I have always wanted to go to Santorini,
Uh-huh.
so Greece, and I love Greek mythology.
Yes.
And so, of course, I want to go do all of the ancient Greece or
Yes.
Greek things. And I was researching it, right? Because Virgin does have a cruise that does like Santorini and the Greek Isles and everything. But when I was researching, a lot of the Greek islands are actually trying to protest their cruise lines and get it to where cruise lines cannot stop there, especially Santorini. And one that we watched, Ben and David, like they recently went there and they were showing just how crowded it was to get around. Well, I stumbled upon some local people and they were complaining that, yeah, that's the worst thing is when it's cruise season because everywhere is so packed because they're basically, these older cities were not meant for 2,000 to 5,000 or more people to show up in one day for a few hours. Like that's not what their city is built for. So it's just incredibly packed. Yeah, and taxing on everybody. And if you're not into the travel business, then you're just annoyed. Like I couldn't even imagine like here if all of a sudden 10,000 people showed up in spring, I would probably be irate as well.
We're already mad about the traffic.
Right. So they were saying the best way to really experience the local culture, which I agreed to this, is you need to stay there. And they said, so it would be better to come when it's not cruise season. And thankfully, it is a short cruise season in Greece for the cruise lines, and actually stay at like a local hotel or Airbnb, that type of thing, and really get to experience the food, the culture, the people, because they're like, that's the best thing about Santorini is not seeing, the volcanic waters and mountains and all, but actually
all the touristy stuff.
Right. They said it's actually the people here, our food here, everything that you can experience here that you won't experience in 5 to 6 hours. And you're like, so come and actually stay a couple of days. And they actually have where then you can hop different islands. And they said it's actually really easy. You could stay at Santorini a couple days, and then you could hop over to, I'm probably butchering the names, Mykonos, and then all these different places and really get to experience. And I was like, well, that would be really cool because that's what I really want to do. I've like wanted to go there and see all of that and not be on like a timetable of, oh, we got to hurry up and get back to the ship. We don't want the ship to leave. Like if we go to Athens, like I really want to see everything.
Right.
And then we got to talking, and then we're like, oh, but then I really want to go back to Scotland. And Heath's never been to England or Scotland or France. And I was like, oh my gosh, the trip I planned for my mom and I a few years ago, I did it all myself. But I had where we flew in to London, Heathrow. We stayed there, I think like 4 days. And one of the days we went and we did a train basically a train from London to Paris. And then when we got to Paris at like 6 a.m. in the morning, it was like really like nothing was open in London at that time. It was so early. But we got to Paris, and then I booked a tour where they took us to, like we did the Rhine, went down the Rhine, and then we ended up at the Eiffel Tower. We had lunch in the Eiffel Tower, which was amazing. And then we went somewhere else where I forget now, but we had like afternoon tea, like in this old castle type place, really neat. And then we ended the day at the Louvre. Of course, we didn't get to see all of the Louvre, but we saw a portion of the Louvre, what we wanted to. And the tour company I booked, is obviously like a group of 20 or so of us. But when we got to the Louvre, they were like, okay, just meet back at this point at X time. And so you got to go do whatever you wanted to in the Louvre with that time. And we did that. And then they took us right back to the train station. And then we were back in London that evening. That was just so nice because that was kind of, I mean, yeah, it's a little touristy, but it was kind of like we're in London, but then you get to also go to Paris. And then after London, then we went and took a train up to Edinburgh, and we stayed at Edinburgh a few days before we finally flew home. And I told Heath about this, and he was like, oh my gosh, that just sounds so amazing.
It does. Because, I mean, yeah, cruises are fun and all, but I think this is a better buy. It's a more bang for your buck, I feel like.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed that trip, and I planned everything out for my mother and I, and we had a really good time, and it was so much fun to really see a lot of stuff and experience stuff. Like we got to experience changing of the guards because we stayed at the hotel.
You get to see the beef eaters, all right?
Right, we did. It was so cool. We stayed at a hotel that was just a couple blocks from where the Royal Guard sets up. And then, you know, we got to do the the Tower of London, and like we saw a lot of, you know, the big highlights, and it was just such an amazing trip. But I was like, that would be so much fun to do again now with Heath, the love of my life, and then we can have more romantic type things in all of those cities. And then to go to Scotland again. I mean, I love Scotland. I loved it. So that would be amazing to me.
That sounds amazing.
So we'll just see. Yeah, we'll just see. I mean, nothing this year. This is maybe 2025, 26.
But it's on the list. It's on the to-do
It's on the list. Lynette said, you should all just come to Utah for the Ketochow meetups. That would be so much fun.
Actually.
That does sound like a lot of fun. Radical Geek said, I'd love to make a Ketochow meetup. I know, me too. Well, maybe that's something we could do like in 2025.
Yeah.
Once y'all release the dates, maybe we can post it and several of us can plan ahead and do that one weekend.
Lynette, start doing that. Figure out when y'all going to have that so we can mark it in.
Right. Carrie said, fixing to leave to go work at the church. Take everyone. Good night, Carrie.
Good night,
have
brother.
a great evening. Stay warm. Mary T said, I'm still debating about the cruise. Seems crazy to spend that kind of money out of Seattle when I go out of Vancouver for a fraction of the price. Yeah, that's my thing too. Now I've done Alaska out of Seattle. I've done Alaska where we left Vancouver and ended in Anchorage. And then we did, I think we did it twice out of Seattle because it wasn't one time with you out of Seattle as well, right?
Yeah.
My favorite though, itinerary and everything was from Vancouver to Anchorage. The reason I like that one is because I like Vancouver is so gorgeous, y'all. I mean, it's so beautiful. I mean, Canada is in general, but we had a lot of fun in Vancouver and stayed at a hotel, and it was just perfect. And then ending in Anchorage meant when we got to Whittier, then we took the train to Anchorage and got to stay there a couple days. So it's just like you got to have a little bit more of a vacation and see more of both places. But I know that could be more expensive because then you basically have one flight to one. You can't do a round trip airplane because one would go to Vancouver and one be coming from Anchorage. So that is a little bit more. And so, and I know
too, we'd have to rent a car or something like that too, right?
No, I mean, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Seattle, it is a little more pricey to do it that way. And Seattle was, I mean, I enjoyed Seattle, but it's
not a, oh my God, I have to get back kind of thing.
Well, to me, I felt like, I don't know, it wasn't my favorite port to do with that one. But anyways, especially you're right there in Canada, right by Vancouver. So yeah, I bet that is harder to go all the way to Seattle. Rick Wood said, I have combined all the different types of different yogurts into one. It's pretty good, but I like to keep the root rice separate. Oh, that sounds good though. But I just heard you can combine the El Ruderai and gas rye together. So that, if you're going to start making the gas rye. Radical Geek said, yeah, I eat Gruyere. Me too. It's so good. And she says, but while not specifically El Ruderai, I do have probiotic brine shots daily. So good. Oh, yeah, I remember you showing that. That looks so good and tasty. Carrie said, fix it to go start work. Take care, everyone. Bye. Renee said, well, Shelly, you should do one more just to make it 30 of the cruises.
Yes.
I'm sure eventually I'll do another
Especially
cruise.
if the low-carb cruise comes back to Houston or the
Yeah,
Galveston.
I'm sure I'll do eventually another cruise because I wouldn't mind trying virgin.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing too. I'm just not a fan of Royal Caribbean.
Yes.
So it would really have to be a huge.
And our favorite cruise line, or mine at least, is Princess. And a lot of stuff I've been hearing about all the changes they've made too. It's kind of like, man. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm just too picky.
Yeah, I think that's
my bougie.
Well, I think if you haven't done many cruises, just any cruise is great. And I agree. Any cruise is great. For us, I just feel like for us to do Royal Caribbean again, it would have to be like a bargain deal.
Yes.
I'm not going to go paying more for that cruise.
I want to pay more for less.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just my thoughts. But if I do a cruise again, I would rather it be Virgin Cruises.
Yes.
That would be my preference, just to try them out and see how it is. But otherwise, all the other cruise lines, nothing's really appealing to me.
Been there, done that kind of thing.
Right.
Same
And
thing with the itinerary and the ports and all.
Right. Especially anything that's out of anywhere from here, Galveston through Florida. We have done all of those at least a dozen times. So none of that matters to us.
The only thing I was kicking around for a while was doing one out of off the coast of like California or something like that.
Yeah.
But there again, we could just drive that and go visit everybody there, So
yeah.
Meh.
Right.
Meh.
And then like we thought it before about a Hawaii cruise. And again, I'd rather just go to Hawaii. And stay there. That's just, and it's so easy to hop between islands in Hawaii. So again, why do a cruise? So yeah, I don't know if we will do that again. Eventually we probably will get to a 30 cruise, but I feel like for a time we were on that. Oh, we want to get so many cruises. Like we wanted
to go to a cruise every year. It seemed like
right. And now we're just kind of like, cruises are nice, but I want to like if we're going to a foreign country, I want to experience that country.
Yes.
And be able to, like try the local cuisines and stuff.
Really want to do. I want to go back to New Zealand.
Yeah, and Australia. And then, oh goodness, y'all. Let me read a couple more comments and I'll tell you some other stuff I've been doing. Mary T, our dream trip is to drive up island to Port Hardy, take the ferry to Alaska, then make our way back south via Alaska Highway and northern coastal British Columbia road trip versus a cruise.
That sounds amazing.
Sounds amazing. Mary T, if you plan that trip,
let's go.
I would love if we could like double plan. Like, can we do that? Can we like
team up?
Like we're going to like invade your dream trip. We'll be in the back seat.
If we rent a bus, we take turns driving.
There you go. Island Buddy said, what would be a cool excursion to go on in Alaska? Oh, goodness, Nobia. There's so many amazing excursions.
Are they doing the same route we've already done? Because I was saying, if so,
similar.
Message her and tell her the ones we've done in the past and tell her she can reach out to those folks.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was one where I was a whale watching.
That was nice.
And it was really cool, too. Is they made a guarantee is if we didn't see any whales, you only had to pay half price.
Yeah.
They would give you a rebate on it.
So this is what I would say when it comes to Alaska. Here's your must-do excursions. So in Juneau, whale watching.
Yes.
So research how you want to do the whale watching excursion. I can look up and find who we used. If you go to Skagway, definitely do the train and then the bus. It's like a train one way and the bus other half. Again, you can reach out to me, but that is a must. And then that way you go into the Yukon territory, which is gorgeous, and the Caribou Crossing, all of that.
Skip the salmon bake.
Yeah, don't do it. Okay, I'm going to say this. So those definitely
Yes.
whale watching in Juneau, and then the Skagway, you definitely want to do the train and bus for Skagway. Then Ketchikan, Ketchikan's just a great place just to walk around. You don't have to go. You can do, we have done one where it was the Hummer tour and we got to go see like bears and stuff, but you know, there's no guarantee with that. But the Hummer tour in Ketchikan, you could Google that. They were, but otherwise in Ketchikan, you could just walk around. It's a very easy port. They have a free museum and you can just walk around Ketchikan. There's a good place to eat there. Nice. Or you can just save your money, eat on the ship. I would say in Alaska, you're going to find lots of samples of stuff. So I honestly don't feel like there's anything you can eat in Alaska that's like, oh, you have to eat. Oh, no, I take that back. Was it Juneau? Where Tracy's crabs.
Oh, yes.
Save up for that. It's going to be about $100 for you to eat.
Well worth it. You get those giant crab legs.
Giant Alaska king crab legs.
Right now, look up Tracy's crab.
Tracy's crab. Oh yeah, Tracy's King Crab Shack, and that is in Juneau.
Yeah.
Oh, it says temporary. Oh, maybe because of the
Seasonal.
season.
Yeah.
But here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to send you the link. It's going to cost you $100,
but it's well worth it.
But it is worth it.
Because what we would do when we go on these
cruises. So tag this Zenobia. Tag the link for Tracy's King Crab Shack. That it's walking distance from the port in Juneau to Tracy's King Crab Shack.
When we were budgeting things like this into our trips, we would count that as one of our excursions because of the price of it. It was well worth it, though. It was amazing food.
Oh, yeah. But so otherwise, I'm going to say this. When it comes to the Alaska excursion, especially those through the ship, if it's a salmon bake or any kind of food, don't do it. Don't. It's going to be crap.
Yes.
It's not going to be that good. You're going to be hurtled in with the masses, and it's going to be like going to an Alaskan Golden Corral.
Yes.
Honestly, it's not that good. You are way better off in Alaska if you want to experience like the king crab legs, that kind of stuff. Do it on your own. Don't book food excursions through the cruise line.
A little pro tip on what we do on that, though. When we book our own excursions that way, we hire a guide and everything. If you have to be back on the ship by 4 o'clock, we tell them 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So we make sure we have time to get back.
And it gives you time when you're in port to look at all of the souvenirs. But I would say that, and now I don't know Royal Caribbeans. I do know with Princess, whenever we went through the one of the arms, the Fords. Now, I don't think Royal does this, but as did have where you could do an up-close excursion. So when everybody else is staying on the ship, they would have like a small amount, was it 20 or 30 people, who then went on a private excursion through the ship. You have to do it through the ship because there's nobody else. But that you would then, while everybody else is floating through the Fords, then you got on a smaller ship or boat, whatever, and you got to go like real close to the what is it, icebergs?
Yeah.
What is it? Anyways, the falling where they call calving, is that what it is? I don't know the technical terms anymore. But anyways, they get you closer than if you're on the ship. On the ship, you'll still be able to see the fjords and, you know, the water calving or whatever it's called, the ice, I mean, happening, not as close. When we did that private one through the cruise ship, because there was only a select number of people, we got so close that when the ice would fall, the ship would rock.
It was awesome.
It was really cool. And you're just right there.
I wish we were filming stuff back then.
Right.
That would be awesome. to put on the
So
channel.
it was an awesome experience. But again, I don't know if like not all cruise lines offer that. So you'll just have to check if they offer that. But it would be on the days when they're just doing this scenic cruising. And other than that, those are the main things when it comes to Alaska. Where is the Mendenhall Glacier? Let me see where that's at. Mendenhall. I'm trying to remember. Is that Juneau as well? Oh, it is. Okay, off Juneau. So if you don't do the whale watching, you could also do the Mendenhall Glacier. There's like tons of excursions for that. But basically, you're going to be taken out to the Mendenhall Glacier. You'll get there, you walk. I think it's like a quarter of a mile to get towards the glacier area. So just look at those. But a lot of people enjoy. I'm the type, you've never seen it. I saw it once. I told him about it. He's like, what you seen? One glacier, you've seen them all.
Basically.
So I was just like, okay, so we didn't do that again. Plus, when I told him, well, you do have to walk on uneven terrain to get to it, and it can be slippery because it's near a glacier. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Scarred.
So, but a lot of people do that. That's one of the highlights in Juneau is to go to Mendenhall Glacier. So that's a couple things in Juneau. Let's see. Mary T said, and that trip would likely cost less than the low carb cruise, or at worst the same. Makes more sense. Exactly.
Right.
And you really get to see Alaska when you do that. Like, to me, road trips are just awesome that way. And then you're not kind of on a timetable. So like if you see wildlife, like when we did the Yukon Territory, on the way back, we did that as a private excursion, which I could tell you about Zenobia. Just email us. The person we hired on the way back, we saw bears like just a few feet from us.
Isn't that also on our channel?
It's one of the first videos Heath ever posted. So you go back, the very first videos are actually from Alaska.
Yeah.
But we saw a coyote on that trip. We saw the bears munching on flowers. Mm-hmm. It was a really good trip. Rickwood said, friend of mine and his wife just took their across Atlantic cruise. They left Spain and came back to the States. They usually spend time in France every year. Oh, I love France. Awesome. That's what we did. We did the transatlantic. Mm-hmm. So we flew into Barcelona. And we stayed there a few days ahead of time, which was amazing.
Yes.
And then out of Barcelona, then we got on the cruise ship, and then it went up to Portugal. So it made its way up there. And then from Portugal, then it came across to Florida. And then from Florida, then we flew home. It was a nice trip. It was enjoyable. Lynette said, I've been on a cruise to Norway, Denmark, Finland, Estonia, Belgium, and Russia. Oh, nice. Not enough time in all of those countries. I would love to fly over there and spend more time.
Right.
Yes. Oh, how nice is that? See, I did awesome. A cruise that left out of Portugal and ended in Oslo, Norway with my mother.
I heard something.
That was just Rosie, her nightly beep. And that was really nice, but I agree. You don't get enough time to really, it's just kind of a sample, right? Like, if you ever got to a restaurant and you get a sampler and you're kind of like, sometimes like, you know what? I sampled all these, but I really would have wanted a full amount of this one.
Well, it's like I always say with cruising too. By the time I learned the ship and where everything's at, it's time to get off.
I know. But it is a nice way to see, like you did, so many countries in basically a week or two. Mm-hmm. Which it would be harder if you're traveling and doing it yourself, because it'd be like, well, you don't want to just spend one day in Oslo and then be off to Finland the next day. Like, you're like, no, I want to stay in Oslo like 2 or 3 days. And 3 days here, 2 or 3 days there, right? So it's just kind of figuring out that. Mary T said, we live in a resort area, so many tourists May through September. Maybe that's why I like winter, right? You're like, not so many people here. Melissa K said, I like cruising because there are so many places I haven't been. So it's like a sampler.
Yeah.
Also, it's more relaxing for me because when we travel, I have to do all the driving since my fiance can't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that would be trying on you having to drive everywhere. So yeah, that makes sense. Cruising would be easier, which again, it just comes down to what your goal is, right? Like going, if you want to do, like Lynette said, doing all of that up there, the Baltic, and then go into Russia, a cruise is a great way to do that.
Yes.
And like my mother, she did one similar to that, and she loved it because when they got to Russia, she didn't have to worry as much. Like she was still stressed at the time, with everything that was going on. Well, they handled, the cruise line basically said, oh no, you're going to need this visa, that visa. And then they handled all of that. So when they got off the cruise ship, the excursion was put through the cruise line. So they took care of like all the visas and everything that was needed to go to St. Petersburg and do all of that. So she wasn't as stressed, which is a good idea. If you're visiting somewhere that maybe might be a little, not the most friendly place to Americans, doing it through a cruise, usually it is a safer option. Radical Geek said, all of my pickle has more flavors that I can make on my own too. Their brines are so good. I like them a little greens on the side of a plain omelet. Ooh, that sounds good. Mary T said, that sounds like an awesome trip, Shelly. Thanks. Melissa said, I saw an ad for the new ginormous Royal Caribbean ship, and I wouldn't want to do that. If I had the money, I'd prefer the Viking River cruise or smaller ships. Yeah, what is it, like 10,000 people? I'd know.
That's the thing we were talking about too, doing a river cruise like here in the States. Like, why?
Right.
We just drive it.
Right. Now, I have heard great things about the European Viking cruises, that those are amazing, especially if you could do one at Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because Rhonda's done some of those at Christmas time. She said it's amazing, which, yeah, that would be really cool. I have found over all of the cruises, I prefer a smaller ship.
Yes. I'm like
a smaller ship and a smaller passengers.
Yes.
The last few that we have done that were so big and so many people,
it was too much.
It was too much. I think part of it is I get too much anxieties being around a lot of people, and then it's like everywhere you go, it's a crowd.
I think part of it's changed too because we both work from home.
It probably.
I think that's what it is.
I'm becoming desocialized.
Yes.
So then going on, and there's like 10,000 people. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's just too much for me. Mary T said, it's actually the same distance to Seattle or Vancouver. Oh, really? You are right. Vancouver is a gorgeous city. If you like cities, I lived there my whole life until 10 years ago.
Wow.
Well, I do feel like I do like cities because I like the convenience.
Yes.
And what I liked about Vancouver when we went last time, because was that the one that started in Seattle and ended in Vancouver, or was it round trip Vancouver? Remember with my parents and Shannon? Because you remember
it ended in Vancouver.
It ended in Vancouver. And what I like though is we stayed in Vancouver, and Vancouver has a great wine country. Yeah. Remember we did the wine tour? That was a lot of fun. And y'all have amazing seafood because we went to a restaurant and had like amazing oysters. Yes. And oh my gosh, it was just so good. Like the seafood was incredible there. Totally different than the Gulf seafood. Yes. Mary T said, I like the idea of doing Europe by train as well. Oh, and Europe has such a great train system because on another trip with my mother, we were in Venice. So we'd never been to Venice, right? And her and I went to Venice, and we took a train to Florence because I'd always told my mother I was very fortunate when I was in high school. I got to do a France and Italy tour kind of through my school. There was only, I think, 10 of us that ended up going between two different high schools. but it was like a school trip, sort of, not really, but it was through our language department. So through our French department, they organized like a trip during the summer to France. And so we got to go to France, and then part of that was Italy. And so we got to go to Florence. And I always told my mother about how gorgeous Florence was. Like, I fell in love with Florence. It's probably still one of my favorite cities. It's like, to me, it's very romantic. Like, Florence is just a very romantic city. And so I'd always told my mother, so when we were in Venice, then we were able to just hop on a train and we went to Florence for the day. So we, again, did like we did in London. We hopped on a train early in the morning, got to Florence. And look, we're like crazy women, right? We get off the train in Florence. We're like, oh, what are we going to do? And this guy was like trying to talk to us when he saw us get off the train. And we were like, oh, I don't know. Who's this sketchy guy coming up to us? So we try to go to the restroom to lose him. And when we come out, then he finds us again. He's all like, oh, look, I'll show you around my beautiful city. I'll show you around. And I was like, and then finally my mom was, we talked to him or whatever. And we were like, okay, yeah, he's legit. I guess he could just tell that, obviously we're tourists, right? And he ended up being like the best tour guide. And took us all over Florence, took us to this wonderful monk monastery. And oh my gosh, that monastery was incredible. And the view, oh my gosh. And they had like a little gift shop. Of course, who does not have a gift shop, right? And one of the seasonings I actually finally used up was, it was a seasoning mix that everything on there, the herbs, the salt, everything they had right there at that monastery.
Oh, wow.
And they had all kinds of other stuff. Everything was what the monks made, either from the ground up kind of thing. And it was just a wonderful experience. And then we got to go throughout Florence, and it was just beautiful. We had so much fun there. And then we just took the train right back. It's just so easy in Europe to get on a train and go somewhere. That's why I told him that would be amazing to go to London and just take a day trip to Paris, because it's really not that far by train, because they have such fast trains too. Island Bunny said, good hotel near port. I'll get there 2 days early. In Seattle, see, here's the thing. In Seattle, we stayed at the Heath Man because of his name, but it wasn't by the port.
We had to take an Uber over there.
Yeah. Now, see, I don't think with my mom, we did San Francisco to Vancouver.
I wasn't on that one.
Yeah, you were.
With your mother? With the San Francisco?
I thought we left out of San Francisco.
Oh.
Wasn't it San Francisco? Because you remember we almost died in the flood.
Oh, that's right.
And that was the Alaska trip, wasn't it?
It was
the KGB drove us.
Yeah.
But
I remember. Yeah.
Wasn't that Alaska?
I think.
They all go together, right? But maybe that wasn't. No, I think that was just the California coast one. And it ended, no, it didn't end in San Francisco. But you remember we did one with my mom, Louie, and Shannon, and that was Alaska, because you remember when we went to British Columbia, he was looking for your special plants up there, Mary. My brother was. Did you remember that? That was the whole point of this tour. Even though we booked this tour to really see Victoria,
he wanted to find his left-handed cigarettes.
And that was his main concern. And so our tour guide, instead of like showing us everything, had to keep stopping to help him find his medicine. And so that kind of like delayed things. There was a couple of things we didn't get to do that day because
he was on the hunt.
He was on the hunt, and that was priority number one, which that's fine. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But I just think, if you're with the group, kind of work it in. But anyhow, but that trip, remember, so that was Alaska because it was British Columbia. Yeah. And then we ended in Vancouver. I'm just trying to remember. So I don't remember. We never stayed at a hotel in Seattle by the port, is where I'm getting. Mary T said, the more the merrier. We would have so much fun. Great way to see a lot of British Columbia. It's so diverse and we've never been north except on a cruise. Let's do it. Yes, that would be so much fun.
Okay, that's our 25 plan now.
Is that 2025 or are we doing Europe 2025?
I don't know, because that sounds fun.
That does sound fun. Hanging out. Would that be cool?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm all up for it.
I guess she wants to go to Europe with us. But...
right? Yeah, I'm up for that. We'll have to touch base and see how we can do that and what kind of car and stuff we can rent and all that fun. Mary T said, we did the duck tour in Ketochow.xyz. That vehicle that goes from land to sea. So fun. Oh, I remember that. That is fun. That's so cute. Oh, thank you, Mary T. Calfine.
Yes, thank you.
I knew it was cow something. Melissa said, we love the train bus tour in Skagway. So good. I like cultural activities. I think it was Ketochow where I saw a lumberjack show.
Yes, I was going to say, I remember doing that too.
And some totem poles.
Yes.
And wandered around town. Yeah. Now, I've never done the lumberjack show. I've heard all about it.
I thought we did watch it.
And we watched the guy on the cruise ship.
On the cruise, that's what it was.
Yeah. On Princess, they do a lot of education talks. So they had one of the guys that heads up the lumberjack show. He came on Princess and gave talks about it. Yeah. But we didn't do his show. But we did do the totem one. Yeah. And that was really cool to see how they make the totem poles and then learning about the history of them. That was really neat. But yeah, then it's so easy to walk around Ketochow. And Ketochow, I'm 90% sure right there at the port is a little restaurant that has really, really good bisque. Remember, we got a bisque there. I don't know if it was keto, y'all. I'm sure there was some flour in it, but I just remember.
Well, back then we weren't keto, so.
Right. On that trip we were not, but it was really, really good bisque. I mean, a cup. It's okay. You walked it off. I'm not going to encourage you to go off plan, but it was really good bisque. Shauna said, wow, my attention span is suffering ADHD tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, Shauna. You're probably like, not Alaska. Oh, they're talking about cruises again. Melissa said, there's also the tramway in Juneau. Oh, there's a little hike at the top of the mountain and the view is amazing. Oh, that's right. Remember we were going to do that? And then I forget what the price was. And we said, never mind. But yeah, the tram, or did we do the tram? Remember it went to the very top and wasn't there a bird that you could, like an eagle, couple eagles? We did do that. Because remember I was like, kind of like looking over like, oh my gosh, that is quite the steep hill. Right. Yeah, wasn't there like a film or something at the top? Like there's a little museum and of course a bigger gift shop. Yeah. And then outside you could walk. And I thought there was an eagle and I feel like there was some other wildlife out there. I remember for sure. Because the eagle, it had like a sign, like you couldn't take flash pictures of it.
It startles them or something.
Right. My mom did that though. She didn't turn her flash off and she got in trouble. Wow. Yeah, that's a really good one. Thanks, Melissa. Laura S. Hey, said, hi, everyone. Just got home from granddaughter's basketball game. I'll rewatch when you go off. Well, I hope it was successful. Mary T said, laugh out loud on the special plans. BC Bud. I mean, that's what he was looking for. Which I would have been like really scared because the cruise lines, like I know some of them check. I'd be like, I don't want to get on. Like I kept getting scared for him. I was like, and he's like, trust me, I'll be done before we get back on the ship. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Rickwood said, time for me to call it a night. I'll see everyone Sunday at Radical Geek. Good night. And Rickwood, we're going to go live Sunday too if you want to talk money. But have a good night. Stay warm. Shauna said, my first cruise was 2017 California coast. It was a disaster, so stormy. We left Los Angeles, docked in San Diego, 2 days, flowed down to Ensenada, waved and came home. Right? Yeah, it can be very chancy there on the West Coast. Mary T said, now there is a store on every corner. You wouldn't have to look far. Right. And I feel like there was more there, but I mean, this was I guess it's been what, about 8 years?
Ish.
Yeah. So maybe, but yeah. That was a trip. I was like, I don't ever want to go on another trip with my brother. Thank you.
No. We have different agendas when we vacation.
Yeah. When I vacation, I like to experience things.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Because I'm not wrapping it up, so I got to work.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's ready to be washed.
Huh.
But yeah, that was just different. Melissa said, yes, there is an eagle. I believe it's injured, so can't survive in the wild. And there's a little nature museum.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, how fun. Thanks for reminding us. Rhonda's here. Hey, Rhonda, happy New Year. She goes, evening all, just making it back from the TKK getaway. Great fun. My daughter Brittany decided on Saturday she wanted to go, and I was able to have a few days with just me and her.
That's awesome.
How sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, somebody posted, Lori posted a picture of the 2KK getaway cruise, and I was like, oh, there's Rhonda. I was like, yay.
How long was that cruise? How many days? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Laura said, do you know what time you're doing your live on Sunday? We're thinking about noon.
If
But-
Kelly's awake.
I'll be awake. But yes, we're thinking around noon on Sunday. Mary T and love you. Thank y'all. Okay, and everybody's talking back and forth. Okay. Well, any last thoughts, comments, or anything, or we'll just call it a night because he has to work tomorrow. But yeah, it's so fun. I think Alaska is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is. So I
wanna
know,
go back and just hang out. in
like with
Alaska.
Mary,
Yeah.
we definitely need to do that, Mary. So give us details what y'all are planning on. Oh, Renee said, Shelly, what all did you get for your birthday? Oh,
yeah.
you're so sweet.
Do a rundown on that.
So from Renee, since you brought it up, Renee, I don't know if y'all could tell if my hair's brighter, but Renee sent me some bougie shampoo, conditioner. It's like color for your colored hair, like supposed to put the color in your hair. She said bougie hair or bougie shampoo for my bougie hair. So she sent me that, and then the sign. I don't. Oh, yeah, you kind of see it. See that sign right there? It says coffee. Let me right there. See right there, the black and white sign, and it says freshly brewed coffee served with cream and sugar. So isn't that cute? That's what Renee sent me. And then I don't think you were on when I first got started, but 22 Cute Cat Lynn sent me, she's so sweet, y'all. So she sent me 2 Doctor Who shirts. Here's one of them. I'm the TARDIS.
You're gonna have to wear the other one on Sunday.
Right? And then she gave me, isn't this cute? This little magnet. Isn't that cute? So that little magnet says dog hair, don't care, which is true. And then she sent for the doggies, because she's so sweet, thinking of Samson and Delilah, she sent them some beef jerky, y'all. Isn't that sweet? And then, oh, do you mind getting my mug?
Renee also sent you some cash. Didn't she?
No, I don't think. Renee, did you send me money too? I didn't think so.
Like Venmo or whatever, I thought.
I thought that was Christmas.
Oh, okay.
And then my work sister sent me this mug. That's my work sister there. And look, she photoshopped me in a picture with her. So it looks like we've never met in person. And on the back, she put happy birthday. And it says, love your favorite little sister. So Renee, did you know I have a little sister? Isn't that so cute? And she's the same one that last year gave me the mug that has a cuss word on it. And then Shauna. Now, Shauna sent me some Dutch money, so I get my coffee. And she sent me these really cute pictures, and I put it in the word report this week, but it's a Harlequin girl and boy. So I have that artwork. It's like from the 1960s hanging up in my office. They're so cute. Thank you again, Shauna. And Maitreya also sent me some coffee funds. So thank you for that. Oh, nice. And then
Tell what it is. This is the tails or the end pieces from the asparagus.
yeah, there might even be a bag in the freezer. And then Glenda, Heath's mom, also sent me some Dutch money. So I am set for Dutch this month. And am I leaving anyone out? Oh gosh, I hope not. Is there anyone else, Heath? Did I forget anybody? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Mama Bear Lynette.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Sorry.
Duh.
She gave me the yogurt maker for my Elwood rye, and she gave me a mortar and pestle so I can make spices. Real nice, heavy marble mortar and pestle. So that'll be great for making the spice blends. Oh, yeah. So yes, thank you. And I think that's everybody. Hit me if I missed you. Oh no, I think I'm sorry. Let me think here. I feel like somebody else. Did somebody else send me something? Oh my gosh. I know I recorded it on the word report. So if you didn't see it this week on the word report, it now that mug you could just leave back where it was, not wash it.
You want to at least rinse it out?
I mean, you can. I'm just going to use it tomorrow. But I'm trying to think if someone else sent something. Oh, okay. Please remind me. I feel like there's somebody I'm forgetting. Laura S. said, I'm glad I got to see you for a few minutes. Have a good weekend. You too, Laura. What, babe?
All the Dutch. All the people gave you Dutch.
Yeah, I mentioned that. But I feel like there's somebody else. Oh, my gosh. Renee said, actually, I said bougie shampoo for my bougie bestie. That's right. I'm totally bougie, right? Rhonda said, okay, bridge up. I want to get home to my feral cats due to the bad weather last Sunday. I hope my electricity did go out on the cat feeders. Oh my gosh. Well, please let us know, Rhonda. Keto Simple said, y'all are still live? What? Of course. It's only been 3 hours, Dustin.
Where you been?
Joey TQ Cat said, such a cool mug. Love that. And then Renee said, no, I mean, yeah, I sent you $1 million. Well, Renee, that didn't clear the bank then, because I checked all my accounts. There's not $1 million there. Shada said, you're welcome. Renee said, Shelly, that side was on your Amazon list, right? I hope I didn't send the wrong thing. It might have been. Maybe that's why I was like, oh, that's so cute. It probably was. I love it. Even if it is the wrong one, I still love it. But I don't think it is. I have to go check my Amazon wish list again. She said, I copied the link to send for my account. It's probably the same one. I'll have to go check. Mary T said, have a great night, everyone. I'll map out that trip. My hubby will be thrilled. Oh, this sounds so fun. Good night. Keto Simple said, tomorrow is going to be a good day. That's right, Dustin. Start the morning with live stream with Logan Goody Beats and heading to Ohio to visit with folks. Oh, nice. 2-hour drive, weather permitting. Oh, how fun. That is going to be a fun day. Oh, hi, Delilah. She's over here checking if Dad dropped anything. He probably did. You just have to keep looking. What a fun day. So tomorrow, this was really cool. Since we were having an electrician and everything came, I took today off. And then we had like a virtual meeting at 11:30 today, plus dealing with the electrician and everything. Once that was done, I already went ahead and I went to Kroger today. So I get my 4 times field points, and I went to Aldi and HEB. So I did that whole thing. came home, done with grocery shopping, but I'm considering going to the farmer's market. See, he's not in here. I'm thinking about going to the farmer's market tomorrow morning because one of the local farmers, this is his last weekend until the end of February or maybe beginning of March. And I saw that he has both regular turmeric and black turmeric. And I'm very intrigued, but I'm still debating if it's worth the drive and to bring the money to get some fresh. And he has daikon and a few other veggies that I was thinking about getting for fermenting. But I haven't talked it over with Heath yet, so we'll just see
Nope, no spin.
what we'll do in the morning. Renee said, well, crap, wasn't on your list. I wonder, it might have been on my Elfster. Did you maybe check my Elfster list? That might have been where you found it, Renee. I'm fine. I love the sign. I thought it was
awesome.
Perfect. I love my coffee signs. I think they're awesome that way.
Got really cold.
So I love the sign. I thought it was perfect. I was like, hello, it's coffee and Halloween related. Like, can we get any more perfect? So even if it wasn't on the list, you knew what it should be. So no spin January. And Dustin, don't forget, Shelly, you'll be on my Saturday live, February 17th. Still, I haven't sent you the thumbnail, have I? I kept thinking, I was like, I know it's in February, but thanks for the reminder. So I need to find that thumbnail. I always feel weird because I don't know what thumbnail, like, I just do my, I don't know. Renee said, nope, I don't have Elster. I meant to get the Skelly rug. The Skelly rug. I mean, that's cute too, but I love my sign. It's a coffee sign, and I have a coffee bar. So I need those kind of things for my coffee bar. But yeah, just a photo of you that you like. Oh, that's the hard part. You had to add in that you like. I'll do all the work. Oh, you're so nice.
Okay. Well, you take like 3 or 4 and then he'll pick one.
Oh, that I like. Oh. Renee said, yeah, but the sugar thing throws me. I mean, but it's scream and sugar. So maybe it's screaming at sugar, right? Sugar, right? I don't know. It's fine for me. I mean, I love it. I thought it was perfect. It's black and white, which is perfect. So I think it's exactly right. Oh, Laura said we will help you pick one. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, I'll try to do that tomorrow as well. If he says I can't go to the farmer's market for some fresh turmeric and herbs and whatever other veggies.
Which farmer's market?
The Tomball.
Okay.
Because Rain Song Moon, I don't know it's Rain something. They're not going to be at the farmer's market for the next 5 weeks because of this hard freeze.
Right.
It's going to put their produce and everything back. And they have both regular turmeric and black turmeric.
Well, if you're going, you're going to do me a favor then.
Uh-oh.
Check and see if our pepper guy's there this week.
No, he's not.
He's not on the schedule.
I know.
Because we're always good.
She goes, yeah, that's cute. And so if Shelly gets veggies, does he get a cheese? He has so much cheese, Renee.
I need another block, though.
And what did we... Because I went to the grocery store today. Oh, I got a lot of butter. And I got blueberries for you. Wasn't that good?
Me?
Yeah.
You.
I don't know. We'll see. I might wake up in the morning and say, F that, and just stay home. We'll see. He has to work tomorrow. I'm off through Monday. I don't have to go back to work till Tuesday, y'all. So I'm very happy. Although there'll be a lot of work on Tuesday, but otherwise, I'm happy about it.
Right.
But thank y'all so much. And she said, see, Heath, I got your back.
Yeah, but I know she's got my front, too. That's what scares me. She's going to stab me. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I was like, oh, she has your front, does she? I thought that was mine.
No, not like that. Calm down.
Keto Simple said, need to set a date for Heath. I booked up till April. So not really a rush. I'm not wanting to book April yet. Too much time for things and plans to change. Right?
Because I was afraid he was going to say he wanted to do me on April 1st.
April Fools.
Exactly.
Renee said, think of the money you'll save sleeping. Nope, nope, nope. To the front. She said, nope, 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 nope. In big caps, nope. No, that's all mine. That's what
I
he
guess I
says.
should be worried about my feet. Remember, she always likes attacking my feet.
Yeah, you do like his feet, which you could have that. I'm not a foot person. Like, oh, feet just
You're always
disgust
trying to
me.
make it weird.
I'm making weird?
Yes.
How's that
Because I wasn't
weird?
trying to be weird about it or nothing. And so you just take it over there.
Well, because feet, like, I'm not a foot person, y'all. There's no fetish when it comes to feet. To me, it's like, oh, cover those things up. And Laura said, oh my, and laughing. Renee said, that'd be some sort of incest, wouldn't it? Family? Well, wait, you're my family, right? Not his? I don't know. I don't know how that all works. Shauna said, is there a fast screenshot button on my keyboard? No, I hope not. And she goes, I got his feet once, and it wasn't like a nice massage, people.
No, it wasn't.
No, he was crying. But that's
horrific.
usually what you like, so.
That's horrific.
He's still traumatized
Yes.
years later.
Yes.
And as soon as he sees Renee, he puts his feet up under.
Yes. Hide.
Laura said, me either with feet. Like,
And it wasn't just once. She's done it 2 or 3 times.
she likes your feet.
I don't understand.
At least somebody does, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to touch your feet.
I love you too.
I've just never been like feet. Like I just, ugh. I barely like my feet, y'all. So somebody else's feet, just get it away from me. Renee said, I'm still traumatized for the message and messenger.
You need to stop. That's why I say real friends stab you in the front. That's what I'm saying about.
Oh, that's why Shauna renamed the chat with Heath and I. Shauna's in here so that he won't use that one.
I'm scared to use Messenger anymore. I'm not to be trusted with Messenger.
I know.
Party foul.
That's okay. Michelle used the group chat a couple times this past
I
week.
saw that.
That was so funny.
But at least I didn't do it in that chat.
Oh my gosh. Renee said, no, I have not. She says, well, you're gonna go on. Let's go. Well, you want to go on. Let's go. And Shauna said, yes, I did. Yes, she's like, look, Renee warned me. Be careful if you're chatting with Heath and Shelly. Oh, y'all are so funny. But at least it was Renee. Out of everybody, at least I'm thankful it was Renee. Anybody else probably would have got us banned permanently from Facebook. Right?
Yeah.
They would have like turned us in, everything else. So. She said that would have been awesome, Heath, in the group chat.
No. She's
No.
never going to live this down, is she?
Never, ever. She's traumatized. And she said, I didn't tell anyone what I was traumatized by,
At least there's no
But-
pictures.
but y'all.
At least there's no pictures.
And Laura said, please tell me, Laura. We can't, it's so bad. We can't say it, or we would not only be demonetized, our channel would probably be shut down.
It wasn't that bad. It was so bad, I don't even remember what it was exactly.
Oh.
I know the gist of it.
So we'll just say this.
I was
For
flirting
y'all
with my
that
wife.
he was flirting. Most of you are married or been in a relationship. So just imagine some of the sweet things your spouse might whisper into your ear. He typed that.
I tell everybody, this is awesome.
Well, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, of
You were
course it's fine. It
flirting.
wasn't on your end.
You were flirting with me. What's wrong with that?
Right?
Renee said, I do. Like, she'll never forget those words.
A little pro tip.
She said sweet. I mean, it depends on your definition, right, Renee? Some people consider that sweet. I might consider that kind of sweet. Like, hey.
How you doing?
Tweety Tiki Cat said, oops.
Yes.
I bet you turned like 10 shades of
I
red.
wanted to crawl inside of my cabinet there and just hide.
He was like, oh, no, I didn't. And then, of course, Renee, as you see, she still hasn't let him down. And at the time, it was even worse. She was like, what? Oh, y'all. But that's okay. At least she saw what kind of messages he sends me. She said, I know what you were trying to get inside of. That we're calling it a night. It is definitely after hours.
They all need some calm.
Yeah, we have to drink our calm. We got to clean up. He's got to get to bed. And
Now I gotta
yes,
put the trash out of the street.
that's right. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please, everybody, stay warm. Take any precautions you need to. Prayers, blessings, vibes, mojos, whatever it is. We all need to do that for everybody in the Hungry Horde and throughout the countries.
And learn from me, folks. Double check